Well, I said, come on, cocksucker Sammy, get your motherfucking mammy. We're going downtown to the cocksuckers ball. Fuck, suck, and fight. Till the beginning of the broad daylight. We don't need no goddamn taxi fare. We're gonna trim them hoes in a rocking chair. Take off all the rags. We gonna play a little game called tag. Tomorrow night after riding cocksuckers ball. Come on, you poor ass singers and you big slingers. We're going down to the cocksuckers ball. Fuck, suck, and fight. Till the beginning of the broad daylight. We don't need no goddamn taxi fare. We're gonna trim them holes in a rocking chair. Take off all their rags. We gonna play a little game called tag. Tomorrow night after riding cocksuckers ball. Cha 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 cha. At the riding suckers, riding cocksuckers ball.
The car's on fire, and there's no driver at the wheel. And the sewers are all muddied with 1,000 lonely suicides. And a dark wind blows. The government is corrupt. And we're on so many drugs with the radio on and the curtains drawn. We're trapped in the belly of this horrible machine. And the machine is bleeding to death. The sun has fallen down. And the billboards are all leering. And the flags are all dead at the top of their poles. It went like this. The buildings toppled in on themselves. Mothers clutching babies picked through the rubble and pulled out their hair. The skyline was beautiful on fire. All twisted metal stretching upwards. Everything washed in a thin orange haze. I said, kiss me, you're beautiful. These are truly the last days. You grabbed my hand, and we fell into it, like a daydream or a fever. further down. For sure it's the valley of death. I open up my wallet, and it's full of blood.
Now I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
I like your profile picture.
Does it look familiar?
Yeah, man. That was my favourite one. That was the first one. I got 2 out of the first one, and that was the first one.
Can you
Came
put it
out.
up and then the window main screen?
Oh yeah. How do I like that? Is it? No, that's not it. That's it. The other eye. Oh, no, that's not it.
That's the picture of the person.
I don't know how to do it, mate. I don't know how to do it. Oh, like that, is it? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Volp. I realised I should have made it with wheels on.
Yeah, like his wheelchair.
It's got these little feet. I didn't ask it to put feet on, but yeah. Oh man, Volp's been funny as fuck lately. Did you know that he is the alt account one owns Ricardo account?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. He's been on my comments trying to stir me up, trying to like wind me up like all week about Dean. Been funny.
Oh, that's what Bob does. That's usual shit.
Yeah, just like right proper like Fraggle Rock Game of Thrones style stuff. Yes, well I thought it was Cyan or Smellick, who were probably the same people. I know. Well, I didn't know that was him. Hopefully your profile picture will come up in my little presentation that I've made, but I didn't get to do all my little animations I normally do. I didn't have time.
No, Bob is not a good dude.
No, he's proper like, yeah.
No, Bob is a cock, Dawson.
He's not just a cook, he's right weird. He's proper weird. I liked him for a long time. I thought it was alright. But yeah, this latest stuff, he is funny and cheeky, but that was a little, I don't know, maybe I could have just viewed it as cheeky. I don't know. He's a weird dude. Yeah, he was a bit weird this week. Yeah, that's it. That's why he's just like totally freaking out about. Yeah, so I put in the prompt here a goatee that was shaped like a GameCube logo. I don't know if it's come up. Yeah, so what we're going to talk about, there's all sorts of fallout and crazy shit that's been going off, which I've been out of. So I hear
the Fallout series you're talking about?
I was talking about the fallout from the giant fucking bomb that was dropped by the dick pic scandal.
Oh, that's old news already. It's just
not to me. I'm never letting this go. You're joking. Fuck off, old news. This is the biggest news like we had all year. This is I know. Judy was saying it's old news. What's new? What's the better news? What's the new news?
I mean, news would have been if like theirs had like a big dick or something, but no.
I don't know. News is like he's got a small dick. That's funny.
It's not that.
You can tell, can't you? But
it's just a weirdo sending dick pics to another girl. I mean, what's new in the world?
Mate, 15 years.
Nah, that's
exceptional levels of creepiness. No, it's not dying down. It's not gonna die down. No.
I find that hard to believe, though. 15 years with the husband. The husband didn't do shit.
Oh, I can believe it, man. I can totally believe that.
Really?
It's just like she said it was like she got a few a year, didn't she? So it was like every few months, like you forget about it. Like I said, like you just like push it to the back of your mind and get on with your life, wouldn't you? And then it's like, oh fucking hell, this again. You know what I mean?
And then she opens up to Dean out of all people in the community.
You would. If you don't know anyone, you would, wouldn't you? You would, because like he's got the 56K channel. He's
Mm-hmm.
got, he comes across as a professional outfit, doesn't he? Of course you would.
No.
No, he does.
Professional? He's nothing but professional.
Yeah, but to someone from outside who's not even giving it much of a look, who doesn't really want to look at all this shit, and who
Okay, so
just
she
sits
opens up to a random person in Arkansas, but not to her husband of how
no,
many
but she
years?
did open up to her husband, but I don't think her husband could do much. I mean, what she did destroyed him. So what her husband could have done could have spooked him and would have never achieved what she's achieved. Do you know what I mean? Like by biding her time and doing what she's done, she's
What
absolutely
has
destroyed him.
what has been achieved by Dean TV doing this? Like looking make bad in front of
Well,
other nerds?
a lot of a lot of stuff for Dean has been achieved, hasn't it? That was, I mean, like I said, he got eaten. This stuff all gets eaten by him. He's not a gatekeeper. He's the black hole. Everything has to pass through before anyone gets anything. And unfortunately, I think he was helped along in this as well, which means that like other people think that as well. So he is now the official gaping maw that feeds
Hmm.
off everything that comes in here before it actually comes in. So all the goodness and everything gets sucked out, and it's just all. This is why it's been died down. This is why it's been not what it is. One, because I've been on holiday, and two, because fucking Dean has had the lot. When will people listen? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? He just has all of the energy, all of the fucking, what is it that like Murray's wife, like what Slotham says, just sucked all the life out of it. But we can breathe new life into it. There is no way that Darius is getting away with 15 years of fucking showing his cock to someone.
How long did she say that she was married?
Who's this? Greetings.
Oh, that's what I did.
Hey.
Oh, it's evil. I thought it was a dick pic.
I was
No,
waiting for it.
almost. Don't you know
I
who
was waiting
ProJared is?
for it.
Darius Hero ProJared is like, oh, and I have the screenshots for this. Like, Darius bragging about like, oh, I'm in a sort of ProJared situation now because I send dick pics to
Jesus.
women. They wanted my dick pic, but then these women send it to her. Like. So he's
Oh,
not
that's a
denying that he's
story.
guilty. He's just like changing the story, and that's something
Bullshit.
I gotta say because I'm like fucking Rondamont. There are dubious and gray areas in this bullshit.
Hmm.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, but it took him a week
okay.
to come up with that.
Again, CP. I'm not saying that Darius didn't do the things he's doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
because clearly he
it's
did.
just very, very important to ask the questions like why on the
Exactly.
exact day, April 6th or whatever,
Oh
like
yeah, well that just
all
yeah,
this
well
thing
yeah.
on her channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Beefy Comment channels. No, all this bullshit like that. And I will gonna call it out forever. And again, Darius is guilty. I'm pretty sure he's guilty of sending this specific woman dick pics at some point. Many, probably for years. I'm also sure that at some point many years ago, they got a hold of this information, the snakes, and they've been fucking tormenting this woman. Like,
Hmm.
like that's also true. Two things can be right.
Yeah. I'm
Two
not
things,
saying that
again, I'm
he
not,
wasn't an
Darius is
influence.
guilty. He confessed to this. James Campbell and Ricardo are retards. Like,
They are.
literally, Darius say, yes, that's me. That's my dick pic. All those dick pics are mine. So he's guilty as fuck, okay?
Hey,
Why
Vic is
is
in the.
that?
It's backstage.
Oh, all right, Vic.
Sorry.
Hey,
Oh,
too much fun
really?
happening here. I have to pour it up.
Long time no see.
You're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
How
bring
are
but
you
balance to
doing?
But
everything, Vic.
again, this
yeah.
creepo that you say like, haha, yeah, I did send the pictures, but not to her, and now I'm in a sort of pro-Jared situation. For many young viewers, and we will watch something later, a 10-minute video at 2x speed. It's a what's pro-Jared's sex scandal? What happened? Basically he
100%
sent dick
curious.
pics to. He was married and shit. He was sending dick pics to a fan because he was a semi big YouTuber. Very, very shitty, man.
But at the same time, his wife was banging all sorts of guys
Yeah, those guys
except
were
him.
fucked today.
So I mean, so what the fuck?
That was a shitty fucking crew they had like that back in that moment, man.
Because you know
It was
when everything got revealed, that it was pretty clear that his wife didn't want to do anything with them. So the wife told him that it was an open relationship,
yeah.
and
But
so I mean,
I don't know about you, Ron, but sending dick pics like even to people who wants them, I think is the most retarded thing in
yeah,
the
it is
history.
retarded.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if she sees that's an open relation, why
Didn't that
does she cry about it?
sorry, Ron?
She admitted that, well, Pro Jared's wife admitted to be in an open relationship.
Right.
So what's the big deal?
I don't
okay,
know.
CB, can
But she
you
was
Wasn't
light
he
she was
it up?
dressed up
fucking
as
also.
Sailor Moon or some
Huh?
shit? I seen a
Yeah,
picture
she
of
was
him dressed.
probably getting Tyrone by all sorts of guys. So what's the big deal that Garrett sent some pics to some females?
It's not like no, it's not like it's a big deal. It's a weird thing, you know,
Yeah,
like
it is
Were
because
they,
weird.
were,
it was his YouTube fans and
But the wife,
Hey,
the wife is the one that made all the statements saying that it was an open relationship, and they're
yeah.
adults. They're both adults.
The thing
I
is
don't
that
even know what the problem is here. What's the issue?
allegedly Projared was sending pictures to a minor,
To
like
minors.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
right.
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
that's
the
That's,
minor
different.
that's what I
thing.
was
Yeah.
gonna
no,
say.
Yeah,
no, like,
that's
That's
minor.
different.
the
I
classic.
think
Yeah.
I
I think
thought
it
she
is
was
minor.
18. You know, the classic. I thought she was
Yeah,
18.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not like she was sending pic. He's not like the Jared from Subway. He
Also,
probably
that
was having a relationship with a woman who was maybe 19 or 20,
Oh
but then
shit.
she called that she said that she was 16 or 17 or some shit like that. You know, it's like
yeah, and
Oh,
Chris D'Elia, the comedian, also that also happened to him.
oh
Pretty
shit.
much a similar situation. He was sleeping with a lot of his fans and like people in his like I don't know his followers on social media.
Oh, they all do it. There's loads of them who
I
do
mean,
it.
so he was cheating with to his wife, right? So it's their problem, right?
Indeed, indeed. But the thing is, if it's an open relationship and that she said she was 16, then I think the wife's got some
and
say in that.
at the end, Pro Jared got cleared
Yeah,
out of the
exactly, Judge
scandal. Okay,
Judah.
what I want to say is that Pro
Yeah,
Jared
yeah, yeah.
was like at the very
Yeah,
end,
and Red Bull agreed.
he was
Yeah.
able to be calm and collected and with proof say, no, she's making up this shit. I'm cool, but I'm part of a sex scandal. So Pro
Mhm.
Jared wasn't a predator. What I'm saying is that Darius was like laughing and bragging about it on his
Hey,
community
how about
post. That's
this?
probably there, like, oh yeah, I got involved in my projected situation, guys. No, it's very, very different.
I have. What about this hot take? I got a hot take. What if Darius is such a freak that he's happy that this came out? He's
Yeah, yeah,
like
He
he
was being
enjoys
no,
it.
yeah.
He
I totally
enjoys
think
it.
he
that's
was
true.
enjoying like a classic like predator in that where he was like, oh yeah, like they always have trophies and everything.
No, I totally agree, and that's why he's surrounded himself with people who are like that and who will all just support him because they all do. They don't see anything wrong in that.
Right,
It's
right.
15 years,
Okay,
man.
okay.
That's
Let me
that's what
say
struck
something now.
me a lot
Can I
about
say,
Ricardo.
That's
Like, sorry,
fucked
sorry, Ron.
up.
can I
Exactly, Vic.
say something real
Exactly.
quick? Okay. Before I got married, I had this relationship with a woman that was about my age, right? We were both in our 20s, both adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she liked to be recorded, and we did a lot of videos, very,
Uh huh.
very, both consenting adults. But she was kind of
Oh
crazy.
my.
What if she decides to put him out now? Am I a fucking sick in the head or something?
No,
No,
it
not
doesn't matter
really,
because
not
No,
at
no one
all.
knows your
no, that's totally
face.
different though.
No one knows
That's
your
different.
face and no one knows your name, so no one even knows that's you. So it makes no fucking odds what comes out.
No, but even if they knew, like he's a consenting adult with a consenting,
Yeah.
Well,
like
what if she
owner,
comes out and lies and says that I've been stalking her and this and that and blah blah blah?
She's not gonna because
It's not
people
the
don't
same.
do that so
No.
much.
The
You
the
know what I mean? Unless you've
well,
But
got.
if you
who
look at
do
the
you think people are
situation,
gonna believe? They're gonna believe in her,
they're gonna
you're
believe
right.
their
or
You're
eyes.
right.
They're gonna believe their eyes.
Ron, you're right.
You're
But in the case of Darius,
It's
Why
totally
would
different.
he brag about it? Like, not about sending them to Candice. He's denying that, but he's saying like,
Oh,
oh yeah, I
I
sent a
will
ton
brag
of dick
about those videos. Fuck that. I will brag about them. Yeah. Of course. Dude, we were both in our 20s. Fuck no. You know what happens
Oh
then.
yeah, of course, yeah, the best porno guys. Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
CD,
but
can you show Victor Vega's screening full for a second?
I
Just
don't know how to
He
do it.
does.
because I gotta tell you something. This guy has been sending Victor Vegas
Yeah, this
dick
guy's
pics
been
for
sending me
12 years,
pictures for
not
12
15, 12.
years.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what Candace feels like. And I keep getting these pictures all the time. And every time I get it, I get scared. Every time I see an old homeless man walking by, I get insecure. My heart skips a beat. And, I don't know who this guy is.
And that dick is like a twin of Darius one, like very tiny and bloated and
Yeah,
big.
I mean, so what's his response been? I'm
I
really
mean,
interested in this last week. Obviously, he's had a week to respond. So, how's that gone? What's the timeline been like on Darius's responses for this?
Retro Bro is here.
hey,
Hey up, Retro Bro. So, yeah,
good evening.
so he's been denying it. He said that he's been sending them to other people, and they've been sending them to Candice, which is,
Well,
we know this
my
is a
my
cock and ball
understanding,
story.
yeah,
Absolute
my
bullshit.
understanding is that he sent it to somebody who was, wanted them, was consenting, and then for some reason she turned around, she turned heel
This
and
is a made up Holly
started
person. So
started coming and
we've had no one coming forward and speaking up or saying anything, any sort of character witness or anything. This is just Darius's story. There is no real person behind it, no channel, no
yeah,
nothing.
no, well,
No.
not really, not that
Okay.
he's shown. He's just kind of like whatever. He's just moving on. That's why
Oh
I think
my
he kind of enjoys it.
god.
It's like, yeah, all right. Maybe this was something that they were holding over his head behind the scenes. I thought that too. Maybe like he knew about these pictures and
Yeah, maybe.
they've been maybe like taunting him with it, and then they
Yeah, well,
finally
I
put
don't
it
blame
out.
him after what he's put
Oh,
put out there.
Blonde, you're right at the moment. At least a year from now, they were talking about you send dick pictures to ex woman and this and that. So
Uh huh.
they kind of knew that this was a real thing,
Uh huh. Uh
like
huh.
like you say that
Yeah.
they were like they were putting that on the top of his head. But what people doesn't understand is that Darius has Asperger's. Like he
I don't
has
know
this
about
weird
that.
Allegedly,
special kind
that's
of
that's
thing.
a
He
that's a
won't he
theory.
won't he won't react because I used to talk to him a bit with on DMs and everything. He
Okay.
won't react the same way like people do. It will be like, oh yeah, they did that, and like let's say, and I believe that he did send those pictures to this woman.
Uh huh.
Let's say I believe that, and it's still like he will be like you say, he will as a sexual predator, he will be happy that it's out. It's kind of like showing off to his bodies because in no
Oh,
way he say
yeah.
that never happened. He say like
Right.
the people are only showing the Photoshop ones, but yes, I did send a lot of dick pics. So yeah, he's bragging about this shit, but at the same time, it won't affect him the same way it will affect other people. I'll shut up.
Right. Right.
No, I agree with that. Definitely won't affect him like it affects other people.
Yes.
He's shown that in the last week, and so has his
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah. He's like it doesn't even phase him. He just keep going
Hmm.
normal. So whatever.
So
But on the other side,
in that situation,
on the other
sorry,
side, there's people like Ricardo and James who would just blindly believe everything.
But I don't think so, man. You guys are nailing that home. I think Ricardo is okay with that stuff, and
yeah,
so he's like, okay, I'm just gonna protect him, and that's it. And
yeah, I
he's
agree.
okay with it. He's like, yeah, that's normal stuff.
Strong.
Like I think that's normal to him. Like I think that's the way it came across whenever we did that stream with Evil, and when I found out, because I didn't know, right? He didn't see. Apparently, Dean was taunting Ricardo with those pictures and sending them to him because he had his phone number. So when Evil and me were streaming, we were all speculating about the pictures, this and that. We hadn't seen them yet. And then after the stream is over and Dean streamed and we saw the pictures, then I was like, in my mind, I said Ricardo had these pictures the whole time, and he didn't fucking say,
Yeah.
at least say, oh, you know, it looks pretty good and la da da. Like he could have fucking, you know what I mean? And he didn't. He protected Darius at all costs, and he's okay. And that's and in my heart, I felt like he's
For
okay with
weeks
whatever
then,
he's
for
doing.
weeks, wasn't
Oh,
it?
oh,
It's like
because yeah,
something
Ricardo is
for.
in denial, man. Totally, like, and he will be like, because he
I
wants
don't think
to
he
go
is in
so back.
denial.
He wants to go so back and on Darius, under Arias' fucking teeth, because everything is like, no, no, no. I'm willing to destroy this bridge and burn it for the third
Yeah,
time.
like
Blah blah blah.
again, over the same thing.
Over the same thing. Of course, that's why I
The
let him speak
same
for 4 hours,
weirdo.
because I wanted to hear these conspiracies about like how Darius is so cool and there's no way this is true. And,
Well, and
if you go to my channel for a reliable source of truth, that's the wrong venue, buddy. Okay, I'm always gonna go for the Jerry Springer, get the pro Darius, the anti
sure.
Darius, like the
Yeah, the
Well, we
shit
were
uninformed,
look.
show. Yeah.
We
unorganized,
were.
drunk stream, shit troll stream. You know.
I was trying to look at the situation for, you
Evil,
know what I mean? Like
evil,
standing back,
evil.
looking at the facts, analyzing it, figuring out all the
Mhm.
angles. Like I was trying my best, you know what I mean, to stay kind of neutral, look at the information in front
Oh,
of
I just
me
watched
and
Candice's videos and I knew for a fact that she was telling the truth. That was it.
right. And that was a big issue for a lot of people that we hadn't watched those videos
That was
first before
hilarious because
talking.
we watched it like after 3 hours.
You watched them
Oh
Yeah.
live, yeah.
yeah,
And Blow was like,
that
wait
was
a minute, wait
ridiculous.
a minute.
That's just classic
Yeah.
Ricardo. That's absolute classic, though, isn't it?
What?
How often has he just like never done anything you've asked him to do? As soon as you ask him, and just like you just need to unlock this door so you can get in the house, he just won't unlock the door, like just 100%, just because you asked him to.
Right. Right. And which also told me that he had that agenda coming into it too. He was avoiding looking at those videos before talking about it. It was clear. It was clear to me.
He's like
And
Dumb and
so
Dumber,
that's
like,
why I dropped that's what I lost all respect for Ricardo right then and there. And that
Yeah,
was it.
Yeah, because he wouldn't look at all the evidence and make an opinion out of it. He was just
No, he
one-sided,
was just
and that's it.
clouding, muddying the
Yeah, that's
waters,
it.
fucking whatever.
like,
He was like
And
a
I see it
Alpha
for
horse,
what
Sound
it
was
was.
gonna join, and he
like a
was already
racehorse,
crying
just
that
one
he was
direction.
gonna leave, and I was like, no, no, Ricardo, stay. Altacan will be fine. Like, you stay here and keep on spewing shit.
how many times is he going to try and pull that card, though, Ricardo? I can't believe it. You know, he does that, and then he was bitching about level 1. He was bitching about anyone else who does that, like to a ridiculous
Oh,
amount.
before I forget, CP, and I don't know if I'll.
Don't
Yes,
like
yes,
so
Julia, you
much.
told us he's nuts. We should all follow your fucking command, and we should all be in mind, like thinking the same
Yeah,
thing.
you
You
should
told
write a
us,
book
so
too.
we
Yeah,
will never
it's
go
just,
to Ricardo
We
and
all
go
knew
give
he
him
was
clout.
yeah,
nuts.
I should
Fuck you,
sacrifice my
fuck you,
firstborn
Julia.
to you, Q.
This is
Hey,
from the on
hey,
here. We do whatever the fuck we want.
hey,
If Victor Vega was supposed to be to me today, I will not lose respect for Victor Vega because we do whatever
hey,
the fuck we want.
hey, sorry. Okay. I think Ricardo was it was fun. It was fun when we were going to Ricardo's streams and everything. Those were good times. Good times. Absolutely. I don't regret it at all. I had a good time talking to him sometimes and going on those doing those
You want to
streams. It
proper
was great.
force it, though, didn't you? Do you remember when you first started knocking around with him and you were like, I don't know if I can
Well,
hack
I think I sent one or two people some DMs like, oh, I don't know about this guy and I don't know.
But isn't
But
it
he, I,
isn't it
I,
isn't
war-
it
I
nice
warmed
to
up to him.
listen to people with different points of view and just
Yes,
this is
Yeah.
this is
I
this
love
is
that.
what a healthy society is all about. Because if everyone has the
Exactly.
same point of view, what it
It's an
Well,
echo
what's the
chamber of
point?
bullshit.
It's
Like, I don't
just a
want
Well,
that
fucking
shit. That's why the
fascism.
Herbie Derbies don't
Yeah,
exist. It's just in the mind of a hobo in fucking Florida. Herbie Derbies started as the guys commenting in my chat. Like, no matter
well,
where they came from, it was oh, the Herbie Derbies, and that's it. Like, no, there's
yeah,
no real Herbie Derbies. We do whatever the fuck we want. We're the Suicide Squad, if anything.
exactly. We're like the Reservoir Dogs. We just have our fucking name, and you're Mr. Pink, you're Mr. Blue, you're Mr. Green, and that's it.
Hey,
We
hey,
go
I'm
hey,
our own
brown.
Mr.
ways
Blonde, why am I Mr. Pink?
I'm brown
because you're.
Oh,
because
come
you like
on.
Barbie
You
games.
gotta say
'Cause you like
it.
Barbie games.
No, I can't. I can't. I just made friends with Sweet. I'm not gonna ruin it already.
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Hey, listen.
Ricardo was
Yeah,
funny, and
but
is
speaking
funny
of
when he wants to.
How dare you, evil eye, Herbie Derby for life, Herbie Derby, Arby, pull up.
well, that's why I wanted to mention. Like we were talking about this last night because we had an interesting stream last night. I don't know if anybody caught that.
I saw 10
No,
minutes that
anything.
before Dean and after Dean for 5.
What
And then
happened?
I
What
wanted
happened
to
last
go up.
night?
Tell us.
I wasn't
Sweet
awake. I was drunk.
Tender, Sweet and Tender, Retro Bro, Dank, and myself went to Lewis's stream.
Oh yes, you went to the court of the crib. You went to the court of the vampire. Yes.
What
Yeah,
happened there?
we had a
Disease and
pleasant conversation. We had a pleasant
Oh.
ACP, do you
I'm
remember
going
that
for
Louis
I'll let you tell
apologized
about
to you? Before you have your menopausic tantrum, do you remember that Luis Pereira came to your chat and apologized to you?
Lewis is fine. Lewis is fine. The fact that Dean is controlling everything and sucking all of the life out of it and meaning
I
this
try,
is
guys.
the only
Yeah,
thing
I
that
try,
it
come on,
survives, and we all
Well,
have to
Dean,
have
I mean,
it.
no, that was the beauty of it. I was
No,
witness
dude,
because
But we know that. We know that already, Ivo.
You
I
can
only,
only
If Dean doesn't
I
have,
only watched 10 minutes. Okay, it was a 2-hour stream. I only watched 10
Yeah.
minutes, but I was blessed
well,
to see
Dean tried to
like
come in
the
and
time
throw his weight
5
around.
yeah,
minutes
dude. If
before
Dean
Dean,
doesn't
5
have the
minutes
control,
after Dean. He didn't have control, CP. He was like a dog. Retro bro, grab a newspaper
tried
and
to.
say, "Shut up, stupid!" Literally saying, "Shut up, stupid! Shut up, stupid!"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he
Really?
sat down like a dog. And he was like, "Bro, you want to get personal? I can find this thing and make it personal." He sat down like a dog hit by a newspaper, CP. Like, 'cause
Well,
he
you
was
know what he
What does
did?
like
Dean
a
at the
dog.
moment,
He
then?
left.
What's his problem?
You know what he did? He left his avatar up with the thing muted just to take just
Oh,
as
he
a like
does.
he's like sitting
Like a
there like a
watchdog,
fact checker.
yeah.
He's there to be the fact checker. So if
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
says
the
anything, he's gonna chime
regulator.
in.
Yeah, the
It's
regulator.
hilarious.
Yeah, he wants to be the regulator.
Yeah. He needs.
So
yeah, if Dean doesn't have control over the situation, he feels insecure and starts yelling,
Yes,
screaming, and saying all this
absolutely.
nonsense and all this
Control last
bullshit.
night.
It's just
Absolutely.
like a 6-year-old. I've been telling you guys, you have to treat him like a 6-year-old all
Yeah.
the time.
What
He was
triggered
he was
him?
asking Victor Vega a question, and when Victor Vega wanted to answer, he was like,
Oh, he does. He
let
does
the guy
that.
answer.
You see that? That's a 6-year-old.
That's what I'm telling. I'm gonna tell this in the stream before I'm gonna go for a minute. But
Yeah.
he's missing a chromosome with the pinhead and the crooked small teeth that are like horrible. I have to touch my teeth every time I think about them. Like, oh, these are normal. Oh God. But he's missing a chromosome, guys. That's why we cannot reason with that fucking dog. He was barking like a dog, and screaming was his resource when he got cornered by bro. Shout out to Retro Bro.
Ah.
Of course, that's he cannot hold a conversation like an opposite point of view. He cannot deal with it. So his way of dealing with it is just screaming and yelling and
Right.
throwing a
Just-
temper tantrum, basically.
Yeah. Shutting you down. You gotta shut you down.
Yeah.
For him to have a temper tantrum so readily, he must have been feeling pretty threatened. I wonder why that was. He should be feeling pretty confident at the moment, you'd imagine.
Because you come at him with reason and with good thinking and with with arguments. That's his threat.
Well, usually he's got
Well,
he's got
we
his
were not
backup, hasn't he?
arguing.
Usually he's like sat in his own little nest and everything's quite safe. By the time you've got in to talk to him, he's already tied off most of the exits so that it's a proper safe space. You know what I mean? By the time you actually talk to him. So I'm surprised that in Lewis's stream with his friends around would have set him off so triggered. So something must be going off. I wonder what it is. It because his channel's not been taken down? I wonder.
Who knows? Who knows and
nobody
who
cares.
cares? It's like I said.
nobody
He's
cares.
like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know, Vic. You don't want to know. Yes, absolutely. You're right. Ding, ding, ding. You got the right answer. I do not want to know.
Dean for $200.
Yeah.
You
Like, come on.
Okay, so the results of that stream were inconclusive, were they, or what? What happened?
With
they
the
were pretty
Retro Bro.
conclusive. They were pretty
Well,
conclusive. Dean's an asshole.
All
I
right,
mean,
okay.
Albert showed up. Albert showed up later, and I wanted to talk to him, but it was like 3 a.m. and I had to go. I had to go
Ah,
sleep.
Oh
3 a.m.
shit!
Albert chat. That would have been cool.
I know, but I gotta.
He finally
I
was
can't.
allowed back
I'm
on
not
his
a.
channel, was he?
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah.
So
Well, actually,
Dean's
no.
taking over at Albert's now, right? Or is it just for that one
I-
stream?
Well, I guess it's until his channel gets out of uh out of YouTube jail or whatever.
Oh, he was
Mm.
in YouTube jail, huh? Wow.
Yeah,
Do you think
that's what
it's
Eagles.
YouTube jail, or do you think it might be that he's taking it down himself so that any of these people from his cat
I
community
don't
don't
know.
see his antics?
I'm not gonna put energy into speculating on that. Who cares? He's on Albert's channel and doing shit on there, so
I
whatever.
can hold a grudge. I can hold a grudge, Judy. Oh yes, I can hold a goddamn grudge.
It's party.
Let's party.
That video's not going it's not coming back unless he edits it.
What's he got
What
to take out? Is it just a couple of pictures, certain pictures?
Well,
and
yeah,
what
he
was
said it was
said
gonna come
out.
back after a certain amount of time, though. He
Well,
gave
it's
it
probably
enough
gone to the
time.
same place as those buttocks tapes, hasn't it?
Judge Judy, what you're saying is true. Dean went personal at Retro Bro like 10 seconds after Retro Bro jumped
Oh yeah,
into that stream.
Really? Did they?
oh yeah,
Hmm.
oh yeah. When you got nothing, that's what you do. That's exactly what Darius did to Alpha Nerd. It's the same shit. If you got nothing, if you got no leg to stand on, if you're not confident in your argument, you're gonna go there and you're gonna shut the person down. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that audience, like a weak comic. You know, when a stand-up comedian does that weak level of um, audience participation, where they heckle the audience, and a good one can do a really good job of it, but a bad one is really, really bad, and they just rely on harassing the audience, but like not even in a funny way. You say you go to
Right,
comedy shows, you know which ones I mean, like the really weak
right.
ones.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
a
know,
comedy person, so I know exactly.
absolutely shocking sometimes, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and this is what these guys do. This is what Dean is. He's like the crunch in it. You know, he's there on the stage doing the stand up, and he's got nothing. So it's just like, hey, you've got funny hair. Hey, you're gay. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
somebody
right,
give me a hug. Hey, and
right.
here's a sexual abuse thing that I can hide behind, or three. You know what I mean? How many times does he need to do it? Like, fucking hell.
Yeah. I remember one time I went to a comedy show and I was wearing like an orange kind of sweater and khakis, and the guy said I looked like a creamsicle. That was pretty funny.
We don't have creamsicles. I don't know what they are, but
A creamsicle is an orange popsicle.
Orange and white.
it's got
Yeah,
ice cream inside it. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I forgot what they call those. They call them
yeah.
Probably
sort of
he found you
raspberry
attractive.
split or something. Sorry, Ron.
Probably he found you attractive.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was that was the gag because he was gay, so he was like, "Ooh, look at you! You look like a creamsicle."
Ah, there you go.
It was hilarious.
Explicit.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
That's
There
it.
you
It's
Vic
all
go.
wearing
about the
ugly clothes
timing,
to
isn't
comedy
it?
on purpose. You absolutely right. You're goddamn right, Kuya.
Yeah, well, at least he's not radical, Reggie.
I, yeah,
That's a good thing.
I love to sit in the front, and I hope they make fun of me. I
Pick me,
love it.
pick me, pick me, pick me, Pat.
Yes, yes, that's me. That is me at the comedy show because I feel like I'm part of the show. I'm helping make the people laugh, and that makes me feel good.
Going
Can you
dressed
highlight?
as
Can you
Phoenix
highlight
Risdale.
Evil's comment, CP? Can you highlight it?
Yes, I think this is a good point. This is one that I saw you make today, and yeah,
Let me
exactly.
let me add something to it. In the environment that Dean TV works at, he works the nighttime shift, right? So there's basically any interaction between coworkers. So I mean, he's basically all alone for 8 hours. So he's
Does he
got
just do
nothing
the
to
night shift?
think about at all. So he's like
Um,
this wandering mind that he has that he's just turned him into a What is?
Listen,
Are you-
mate.
Dude, he should get the hacked 3DS like I have, man. That thing's
How long has he
awesome.
been doing that
Yeah, dude,
for?
or fucking read a book or something, dude. Come
Yeah,
on.
read a book.
Good
Enrich yourself
lord.
instead of
Man.
turning yourself into shit.
I've met, I worked in one of those places, and I think it's pretty similar. It was like back in a long time ago, like 2009 or something. I worked there, and it was the night shift. I did go on it a couple of times, but I didn't do the night shift. It was like you could be as like an auxiliary person, and you would just slept overnight in case they needed you. But the night shift workers, you had a real mix of people, and I have
You.
noticed that it's so systematically the same all the way up and down. Um, you've got people who are just the guys that work all weekend, and they're like, basically based in Zimbabwe or something, and all their stuff gets sent over there, and they just come over and do a couple of days, and then are a full-time mum the rest of the time. And there's those guys, and they're just in their own world and completely normal. And then you've got like absolute psychos who are the other night staff. I'm not kidding. Every single one of them who wasn't the Earth mothers from Zimbabwe. If it wasn't an Earth mother from Zimbabwe, they were a fucking psycho who worked on the
Oh, yeah.
night. Every time I'd seen them doing all sorts of shit, like low-key torturing the residents and shit like that, like standing there eating a packet of crisps in front of them and stuff like that, and like torturing them and stuff, because these people had like
Oh, yeah.
really high levels of autism
Well,
and
yeah,
high
and
dependency.
then you add all the wheelchairs that he took to head when he was younger. So it's
Well, we saw him like pushing boundaries in a major way really early on in that place. He was filming residents, he was filming staff,
it was
he was filming
from the
people
staff.
through windows. He was often doing rage
Mm-hmm.
streams from inside his work environment, from inside the residence, which would actually be legally classed as those people's residence, and without any, any say so, publicly streaming that. So that just shows how much he pushes boundaries, and that is publicly. Can you imagine the people who haven't got a voice and the people who are on that night when there's just him on there and someone who's probably asleep?
Oh
Just
man,
like you
he
said,
probably raped the female residents there.
fuck knows what he does.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Oh,
wouldn't be surprised. I would not
I
be
wouldn't be
surprised.
surprised
He's
at
that
all because
fucked up.
I've heard stories about that.
my goodness.
Yeah, that's it. Evil's
It's like
done that
Kill
one
Bill.
before. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's even creepier than that, Retro Bro. It's like proper, like horrible, narcissistic supply, but like malignant, like to a high level, almost psychopathy, like, but getting it out of people who haven't got a voice. So, like I say, the example I used was like there was a woman who she'd do the hair, but she'd do it really, really painfully.
Oh, there's
what I
Albert
mean? So they
Menendez.
were in a lot of
That's the
pain.
picture.
And
Yeah.
she'd stand there eating crisps.
Thank
and
you for
stuff.
highlighting my comment. Yeah, that's an important part of like these week highlights. Like I bet my fucking career on that. Like the dude has no fucking male influences around him. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
he doesn't have a group of friends that he can say, "Hey, let's go
Mhm.
poker," or at the work
How
it's
do you know
only
that?
like
Wait,
his
wait.
friends are the fucking senior citizens, the male friends. Otherwise, he's surrounded by fucking old
What do
women.
you base that off of? How do you know
Man,
he has no friends?
Because of fucking decades of treating people. Thank you very much. Like, that's what I do for a living.
Uh-huh.
So, dude, I can assure you, because the way he was reacting yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I nailed it. This guy has no fucking male influences. He's like, his life is being there alone in that, well, they need a hefty guy to leave the fat people and wipe their butts. And other than that, it's just Angela, work, and that's why he acts like a scorned woman, because his reaction, and I'm not offending woman, but the Karens,
He's worse than me.
he's
Yeah, the
like a
fucked up- the
Karen.
fucked up
He's a
one.
Karen TV. Like that's all he makes.
Yeah. Well, we said that ages
Screaming,
ago,
and that's
didn't we, Ron?
fucking amazing.
Like, dude, who else have you ever heard about somebody calling like he calls Ricardo, using his kid as bait to call
Dude,
Ricardo?
that is fucked up.
That's fucking insane, bro. Come on.
That is
That was the most fucked up
that
That's
thing.
psychotic.
Yeah.
That's psychotic
to
behavior.
me, that's supreme immaturity. I mean,
And it's
how?
like
What kind of example are you showing your kid?
it's
That's
pushing
like
back,
so
breaking boundaries,
irresponsible.
and just not seeing the difference between a kid that you're actually supposed to be a good model for. Even if you've decided you're not going to be their father, you should at least be a good role model for them. And he
I
doesn't
don't
see
care.
that.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But if he wants to call people out, we can call him out. You know, that's basically it.
Exactly.
Because I don't
Hey,
care what a hick in Arkansas does in the middle of nowhere, shitland, fucking Arkansas. But if he wants
he's
to call
doing
out
this
people,
stuff
I'm gonna make fun of
publicly.
him. But unlike him, that he takes it seriously, because otherwise, why would he be making daily community posts with our names on it and shit like that? That guy is sick in the head. He's missing a
He's,
chromosome. Those
Yep.
Yeah,
crooked teeth and that pinhead,
just do
it's
it
not normal,
yourself.
guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
man.
Like
leaving
just
all those voicemails in Ricardo's phone. That's
yeah,
fucking
dude. At
creepy as
least
With
do
the
it
The
kid, with
kids,
the
yourself.
kid,
that's the
that,
word.
and nobody, everybody's like, oh yeah, this is even like people like Luke and Justy that fucking suck his cock.
Exactly.
Like is they're like, oh no no, oh,
In his high pitched
there's
voice.
that line that I'm always gonna say to Luke, like, because he said it at the Retro Bros fucking
Oh
Discord,
yeah,
and I
where's
will respect
where's
that.
Luke
He say like,
and Gang?
oh, Luke was saying, hey, how can people still support this guy that we know he's been a piece of shit for years? He was referring to Darius, but the same line can apply to fucking Dean. You're a mod there, right? So the same line can, how can people still support Dean when we know he's been a piece of shit for years? Like,
That's unbelievable, that though, what Retro Bros. I didn't realise that, and his kid was there the whole time. Oh man. Fucking
Yeah, he
hell.
was having a father and son beat down.
Oh right.
He was
What
fixing his
on
teeth.
Albert's channel?
I'm kidding. No, I'm
I was
kidding.
gonna say, like, fucking hell.
Was that
He
last
was
night
vis-
that happened or a
yeah.
long time?
Jack Houston was visiting the dentist. That's his father's fish.
Oh,
CP,
jeez.
you realize we're not the most reliable
Yeah.
guys on the panel, okay? We're
God damn
gonna
it, I
say a
need
lot of
proof
shit
and
like
evidence here. This is an evidence-based stream, god damn it. Oh man alive.
yeah,
Oh no,
we're
it's
not a
okay
bunch
if
of
you
yes
just
guys. We're gonna say a bunch of crazy shit also.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Not
The
as
thing is,
crazy
like,
and
Just
what's
stupid as
worse?
Ricardo. But yeah.
just
What's
use
worse
Yeah.
words like
though?
Yeah.
15
probably.
years.
Oh,
15
before I forget,
years.
guys, before I forget, and kind of moving on topic, like, please don't do a 2 hour Dean stream, CB.
Yeah.
But something very important. I wish Salta Khan was here, because how come Ricardo made 2 streams, 4 hour plus against the CPE? Doshik and I are reacting to CPE,
Oh,
right?
way
Like,
more than
what?
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
way more than that.
let's say 2 5 hours each streams. Let's keep it like.
Mm.
How come he hasn't made a single one about Alta Count? Literally saying stuff about
Yeah,
him, like what?
Hmm,
Not
exactly.
one, like
that's
not a
interesting.
debunking, nothing.
I
Just
know
So
that
weak.
why.
word.
He's a weak
Hmm.
weasel. Absolute weak weasel. Can you imagine his
Because
poor wife?
he's a misogynist, just like Dawson. That's why
Yeah.
they both stick
Exact.
together.
He will have. Do you know? She would have kicked him to the curb so quick because, like, fucking hell, could you imagine being landed with that? As the way he's shown himself to be. I mean, I'm no fucking cakewalk, but Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. He's just shown it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, Rad Rob. I don't hang around with him either because the thing is, you see, is that he sucks it all out and just sucks it all up into his fucking black hole, and then it's like everything has to come through him then, and so then everything gets brought down in standard, and we all go and accept it. And the more we go and accept it, the more he's going to fucking do it. Really?
By the way, it was a lovely slot of Inferno today.
Oh,
I
it's
think
fantastic.
he got a bunch of super chats, but not only from like there used to be a guy that donated 20 immediately, but no, from the community he got like a lot of small ones. I think he got a nice chunk of cash today. Good for Slotham. I'm saying that was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
he can
That
buy
was a
himself a
lot of
good
fun.
dinner.
Yeah, it's just a mark of
Good
sort of
God,
support,
gosh.
isn't it? As well, more than anything else. I think YouTube gets a lot of it, doesn't it?
Oh, Shock Sonic is dodging, by the way.
Yeah, fuck him.
Hey guys,
Yeah, Well, you've got a lot to answer for because you're the one who's been bitching about me all week, and I have been watching occasionally and looking at what you've been doing, and knowing that I actually stopped all my engagement with you pair of idiots. And yes, I think I did engage with Ricardo possibly Wednesday or something like that. But I markedly stood away from you guys and watched, and I saw you fucking weak ass bastards just finding nothing else to talk about but apart from me. And I was on fucking holiday doing shorts about fucking trains, man.
But it's
And
just
that
it was just Doshin being insane, right? I
it
mean,
wasn't
the
Ricardo,
very last
man.
one I saw that I sent you the clip and you told me about it. I didn't know because Ricardo streams six
What?
times a day, right? So I didn't see that shit, but it was like Doshin talking to himself for the past hour or so.
Dashing being insane. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
and he was saying like something like CP and Evil finally broke up because I don't see him in the comments anymore and shit like that. So Ricardo was almost falling asleep playing Bad Dudes, and he was like, he read the comment, he was like, "What are you talking about, Doshin? I don't have an idea what you're saying." And then he keep on playing again. It's not like I'm defending the guy, but yeah, in that case, it was just Doshin being Doshin, incoherent, cabin fever, Doshin.
All right. Well, it went on for a bit though. I saw them all both talking about, like you say, the two
Because
streams.
there's nothing like in like 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, they're not talking about
Mm,
that. Just he reading that comment, like, because it's fucking. Doshin has to take tabs of everywhere I go. So if I don't show up for
oh yeah, there's
a
that.
stream or
Yeah,
two,
totally.
it's like, oh, I disappeared. And he's trying to be funny. He's fucking autistic, Australian way.
Yeah, but look at
All
how
right,
nice
guys.
the chat is without Dashing accounts.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
Oh,
jump off. Thanks for having
oh,
me. I think I want to get to bed early today.
all right. Well,
Okay, yeah.
nice to
So
speak to you, Vic.
All right, Vic,
yeah,
you have a good one,
I'll
man.
be around. I'll be around. Don't worry. See you guys
Ah,
later.
All
See you,
all
right.
right.
chat.
Night.
See ya. Well, I don't want to admit, I don't want to have missed this. This is like major. This is major news. 15 years. I'm not having it. I'm not having it going. It's not dying down. I won't let it die down. Turn those
It's
machines
fine.
back on.
No, it's totally fine. But yeah, we're always gonna like again, even in that 5 hour stream that I let Ricardo say whatever the fucking crazy pro Darius thing he could say. I was saying at least 50 times. I'm not defending Darius. I was never pro
Yeah,
Darius.
I thought you were. I thought you
I,
and Ricardo were defending Darius. I couldn't believe it. I was
yeah,
like,
they have a bunch of people because they don't understand that I
yeah, fair
knew
enough.
that.
You were defending.
Listen, I knew that you guys were gonna do all of you like Slot Amount Account, you Smash JT. We're gonna do the right thing and speak the truth. You know what I do? I do a fucking Jerry Springer show. You know, I bring a pro Darius, an anti Darius, middle in the
Well, why
round,
didn't Altica? Why
and
did?
it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? And
Well,
and
why did
and then
Ricardo
we have
stop
like
Altica
we
from
had
going on there?
24 people watching, and that's entertaining. Are you not entertained? You know, I do it for the shit show. And if people say like, well, Evil is not a reliable source for news. No, it's not. It's Evil streams. He's full of shit. He's drunk, unorganized, uninformed, just actually making like the devil's advocate.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what I
still
get.
have. And sorry, I told you. Let's say that Darius sent pictures. When she made the video, she said, up until yesterday, Darius sent me another dick pic. That could be true. But CP, two things can be true. The whole snakes for years knew about this and are also
Yeah,
tormenting
And
this
they were
woman
sending him
with
those
the
pics.
same shit. You know, that
Hmm.
can happen. You have to
yeah,
understand.
yeah. I'm not
Two
saying
things
there's
Because
can
no.
be true.
that shit has been going on for ever since 2019.
Well, that's
I'm,
And
no
this
defense,
and
though,
this
is it?
woman, that's
I don't
what this
think that's
woman
got anything to do
been
with
claiming.
anything, though, has it? Like at the end of the day, it's still been going on for 15 years. He's still been doing what he's been doing. Just
yes,
because
but the
it's
people that
threatened.
send you the information was very careful that this happened on that day. And
Yeah,
then,
of course.
okay, and listen
Everything
to
was
me.
planned.
I was writing shit about Dean TV on that comment section very carefully. All my comments on her thing, and it was on YouTube, were deleted. Even one that I was explaining that Dean TV has been harassing and doxing you for over a year. And
Mm.
she deleted that one, because she wanted her friend Dean TV to have the
Yeah,
clean. And not
she's
only that,
confused.
but she even
That's fair
deleted
enough.
Dean TV
Like,
responses to keep it very clean.
but that's
So
fair
there,
enough.
there
Like
are
you
many
said,
gray areas in this thing
she's
that I
going to
was
have
going
to
to
go
answer
through her own journey with him. Do you know what I mean? She's ended up jumping out of the frying pan into another frying pan with
Okay,
that
CB,
idiot.
I don't want to be the devil's advocate. What do you think about Hyatt, America's girlfriend, saying that he raped her, that he raped her? Just want to hear your thoughts. Out
What's
of
that?
right now. What
What
Hyatt?
about Hayat?
Okay, Dean TV, just like Dean TV interview Candace,
Yeah,
Dean TV interview
yeah.
Hyatt's
Well, I
girlfriend,
didn't. You see,
and
I'm not
and she
okay.
say that he raped her and show resist. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, well let me answer then. The answer to that is that I actually watched the videos that Candice put out. I didn't watch the interview with Dee because I can't stand Dean's voice. Just like I didn't watch the interview with Cassandra because I won't watch anyone or take any information from anyone who sat on his fucking knee like a ventriloquist fucking dummy, right? So I will not take it if it comes from a crappy ass source like that. Just like I won't listen to a load of fucking shit on the YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I won't listen to fucking Dean TV, and anything that comes out of that guy's mouth is self-serving and a fucking lie every time.
Do
So
you think? Yes,
there may be truth behind, and there may be truth behind Cassandra and all that stuff, but it's come through Dean and through Dean's machinations and the reasons
Do
why.
you Do you think that Dean TV interview on the same day that Cassandra put the videos was a coincidence that he that day got a hold of her
No,
and say
not
like,
at all.
"Oh, we just met," or do you think that they were talking like for months in advance?
I have no idea about that, but I do know that it was definitely orchestrated with the day, and obviously some people knew about it beforehand. Whether or not Dean did or not, it doesn't matter
Again,
because he would just
again,
use
Chad,
any
I'm not
opportunity.
saying he. Okay, I'm gonna make it very clear. Darius is a sexual predator. He confessed basically to the thing. He's guilty as fuck. And the whole thing that I just sent to this, not to that. No, no, no. He likes to send dick pics in that matter. It could may as well be him 100%. Okay, I'm not saying I'm defending Darius. Never said it on my 5-hour stream. But we're gonna all ask questions and say like the glitches in the
Yeah,
matrix.
what the differences are. There is a difference between that, and I always said with the Cassandra thing, I asked because Red Bull asked me about it ages ago, and I said if she wanted to come forward and discuss it properly with her own voice and her own reasons, and come onto the stream or do a video on her own, then I would take that, I would listen to that, but I will not go and step inside Cody Lonely Bell's fantasy fucking world that he crafts to keep himself safe and wear all the little bit parts in that, including this entire community now that he's now taken and fucking seconded to add to his. The whole thing is literally just to make him feel safe, and that's it.
No,
And we're
no,
all.
he's lost.
Do you think Hyatt raped Cassandra? Yes,
I
yes
have
or no?
but I can't.
Yes or
I think
no?
that's quite a thing to say when I haven't actually heard it from the person themselves. Hyatt, from what I've spoken to him about, he hasn't it all seems kind of ambiguous and part of probably quite a messy relationship
It
from when
does
they
seem
were younger.
ambiguous. So why
Um,
is Cassandra's word less valuable than
I've just explained it because it came through
Candace's?
fucking Dean. Because it came through Dean, and Candice made her own video with her own voice and put her own channel, her own face behind it. This other person, Dean, is a serial person who goes and hides behind people. That's what he does. Look at Rabbit Dude. Look at all these people. Right there, his mates. Look at Bob. Look at all this other shit. Every single time, and it would either be a friend or a foe, but every single time he started starving one way or another or started failing, he would get a kiss of life from something and he would suck the life out of it. And Cassandra was just one of those, and that's why I said about the Bob shit. Like, he comes in as an interloper, has fuck all to do with these people or any of these issues, and just fucking uses it and stands there fucking lording it over the top of it and just gatekeeping literally everything. He thought Volt was bad. He's the fucking, that fucking thing out of June that lives in the fucking desert. Do you know what I mean? You have to go through his fucking rows of teeth before you get anything through. And we all have to fucking put up with that shit. It's all been sucked dry and made into this fucking grey mush by the time we get to any of it. But anyway, that's my rant.
Mhm.
That's why I don't listen
It's
to it.
okay. Yeah, it's okay. We believe that what you're saying is true, but again, like people like Rondamon and I are not just gonna be yes men. Like we're gonna be like do whatever we want, ask
Yeah, yeah.
questions. And Rondamon is not because he's like on Slotan's channel or on Darius' channel means that he's a part of anything. He can be as free as he wants, right? Like, and people don't get that. Many people on YouTube says like, "What? We're not one faction," including Villafagor earlier. Like, I told you guys, Ricardo was like, "Yeah, you can tell us fucking misa, cabrón."
Yeah, we knew, buddy. We just wanted to let him be. So what?
And even like, oh yeah, Ricardo say that we're pieces of shit. Then he's streaming, and Rondamon and I are just there. Like we joined because he put the StreamYard thing. We're just there because why not? Like like he's free to kick us out or to talk to us. Like even if he told us that we're the biggest piece of shit in the world, because we just enjoy this fucking thing called YouTube's SRAM and stuff.
Because we're big
And people
trolls,
like it,
people.
like so that's part also of that thing. We're not the upholders of true and the signals of virtue and nothing like that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what happens to Darius is not going to affect any single part of our lives at all.
Well, I do give a shit. I mean, I'm not on about winning or losing, but if someone's actually been proven to be a 15-year-long sex offender, I'm not going to push that under the carpet. That's fucking top news. And from a troll perspective, that's some good fucking fodder. And I think people trying to play it down, it just says a lot, because we're in a fucking troll community here where, like, you can't do anything if you don't deviate from some sort of norm in the wrong timing or the wrong place. And you're
that's
like
why
to be made
we're
to
not playing
not
it
worth
down.
living.
But that's
No,
why
we're
we
not
were
playing
kind
it
of
down.
counteracting your point. Like, okay, and again, we're being devil's advocate. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Okay, I couldn't care fucking less about any of them. But the whole believable women falls apart when you say like, oh well, as Hyatt girlfriend wasn't making really a video on her own. She was
Yeah,
just with Dean. So what happened to believable women? Like on that
I
point,
never said believe all women though. When you're inventing that, you're the guys with the damsel in distress. You're the guys with your haloed up thinking towards women. The way I look at it is that someone was being harassed by someone. She was at her wit's end. She got to a point where it was like, who the fuck is this person? And that fucking eureka moment. Can you imagine that? I was like, none of this stuff, what you're talking about, believe all women and all this stuff, none of it factors into it for me. For me, it's the story. The story of this person who then has all this fucking shit and then one day just looks at the fucking phone and just realizes it's him, then finds whoever it is she contacted, overthink they said, or like gets in touch with the snakes through that, and then finds all Slotham's videos. Could you imagine that? Like, that is just the most amazing story, like the amazing opening up of some sort of Black Mirror
oh, she was
bullshit.
found out before the Sodom thing. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it would have been before. It was 5 years ago, wasn't
but
it?
okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay, but
may
still,
I
there was
say my
still loads
point
of
of view
shit.
before? Yeah. Okay. No, please continue. Sorry.
Can I say
No,
something
no,
to
no.
Doshin? Hey, Doshin.
Fucking hell.
What was that? It was so distorted.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, Doshin.
That's beautiful. Chinga tu madre. Yeah. Okay, if I may say something very fast. Okay, well, this is my point of view of what happened with Candace or whatever her name is. You say Cassandra, but I thought her name was Candace.
No, you were talking
Yeah.
about Hayats.
No,
And that's
Cassandra's his Hyatt's.
Cassandra.
No. I'm talking about the woman with the cats that what that's Candace, right? Candace.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's Candace. The cats.
Okay, yeah, the crazy cat lady according to fucking Darius. These are my this is my you had to lower your fucking
Don't you think it's interesting that strong women who speak out are all called crazy in this community straight
I
away?
was just
Just
about
saying.
okay.
Just saying.
So this is what happened in my view. Darius did send her probably years of pictures, okay? Years, okay? Okay, I'm agreeing with that part. But at some point in the last past 4 years, the snakes got a hold of that information, and they were also fueling the fire, because I cannot believe when she say yesterday he sent me the last
Why not though?
that could be somebody else trolling her. Can you believe that part? Let me
Yeah, of
finish.
course I can.
Again, both things can be true.
That's
There
what I'm
is
saying.
a
There's no
sexual
belief
predator who sent
involved.
pictures for years to this
I don't
woman,
believe in
that
belief.
lady. But at some point, even the snakes got a hold of the info, and they were able to keep on fueling that shit, because the snakes are not like the nicest people in the world. For fuck's sake, like let's be fair. Like,
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? I don't think there's any difference between the snakes and anybody else in here. The only difference between the snakes and anybody else is that they weren't, at various points of the whole story, they just didn't buy into Darius's bullshit. That is literally
by
it.
the
It's critical
snakes,
thinking.
yeah, you mean a lot of people that take down channels just because you may have like
You mean
viewers.
like Dean? Like Dean, that half of the people in this chat went to go and see yesterday.
You were okay. I think you weren't paying attention when I put on Slotham today that Dean TV, Donald Reed, Albert Menendez, and Darius Truxton were fucking together, uña mugre motherfuckers, like for
Yeah.
years. The chat
Yeah.
was comprised of
Yeah,
those
I know.
guys, and they share something in common. They're
Dean
all
will be there for years.
sexual deviants, offenders in some hard way, in different ways. They're a variety. A public masturbator, a guy who films women without consent, a guy who makes luscious videos about Haya's sister on a minor picture and showing the kid X-rated pornography, and a guy who sends dick pics. A bunch of them are fucked in the head. I'm not defending anyone. They're all bullshit, equally fucking sexual retards.
Okay, so we can accept that of how she found people and how it came about on this particular day and stuff was contrived, but I've taken that on board. It doesn't make any difference to me. For the story is still fucking amazing. The story that he is like, after all that, been doing that and being that creepy.
No,
For all
it's
that
still
time,
It
amazing
is. It
to
is.
me.
It is. It is. But
It's
it.
still
But. But.
amazing.
But it doesn't make the other point false.
Well,
That's
no,
what
but what
we're
does that
talking.
point
Trying to.
prove,
That's what we're
though?
talking about,
I think
because
that's what
Ricardo
that
and I
point
are
proves.
I mean, Ricardo,
Because
sorry,
what does
sorry,
that point
man.
prove? That we all live in a cult
Ron and
community?
I,
You know what I mean?
Rondamon and I, I'm not saying like, no, Darius did nothing wrong.
No. No.
No,
No. Not
but
at
we
all.
have to point out some fun fact that, and you're saying like that takes down what she's saying. In some sort of way, it does, because it's like, don't forget to subscribe to my beefy content, because the beefy content is gonna be here all the time. This
Yeah.
is just one time, but the beefy,
It's just
the beefy.
YouTube.
Don't subscribe to when you do something serious, you do a video seriously, and you
And then
don't
she
like,
plugs
don't
that
forget to like
beefy.
and subscribe, and that bullshit. I have to call it out as it is, CP, okay?
Yeah, I know, but it just seems like a very small thing to compare to like a very, very big 15-year long
I agree
thing.
with you. I agree with you, but yet I have my right to call it out, because
Yeah,
I'm not
fine.
I'm not you. I'm not
I'm not
Slotham.
saying you
I'm not out to count.
don't.
I knew that you guys were gonna have their own time to talk about it for months, but I wanted to do my informed, unorganized, with a crazy Brazilian guy who was on the top of his bipolar moment. So he was like, no, listen, evil. I was barely able to talk that day. And 4 hours was, listen,
I
evil.
know.
No,
I
no,
saw a
no.
little bit of it. It was unbelievable how
It
he
was
tried to
unbelievable.
control
Why,
us.
Oh,
why,
dude,
why,
he
why do you
took
think
over that.
I'm evil streaks? Do you think
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna stop a train wreck full of
You
fucking
should have
shit?
got alt
Like,
account
no,
on though. You
I'm
should have
not
got alt
gonna
account
stop it.
on.
Then we had even 25 people watching, like even people subscribe just so they could comment, or maybe I didn't put the subscribe thing. But we had people that never joined the panel. People were talking about this on Discord. Oh, this is happening. These
No,
are
you didn't have
defending.
people never
They
join
are
the panel.
defending Darius here. Nobody's defending Darius.
No,
Like,
you didn't though. That's one thing I would just say that what I didn't see anyway. I didn't see anyone new joining the panel because Ricardo wouldn't have had it, would he? He would have cried and he would have thrown a tantrum, and that's what he did. He gatekept and he stopped everyone from joining the panel.
But I don't care, because that was part of the show, because it's like
Yeah, he showed
Jerry.
himself.
I don't know if you got these shows in UK. But Jerry Springer and that thing is a big thing, even in Latin America, Laura in America. You know what I'm talking about. Like we have crazy people on panels screaming for 2 hours, crazy shit. Like
Yeah, like talking to the dead or something. Yeah.
It's just a fucking monologue of Ricardo, but I appreciate that you do it because it shows him for who he is. Because honestly, you give these people enough rope, and they keep
yes,
taking it and taking it and taking it.
that,
And
that's what
getting
I'm saying it right now, CP.
extreme.
I'm telling you, hey, listen, CP, listen. Ricardo is a crazy bipolar motherfucker that has burned the Herbie Bridge at least 3 times. But
Oh,
I don't care. And if tomorrow maybe Ron and I feel like it, we'll join. Like like just like on the StreamYard, because we don't give a fuck.
yeah, but he's not just burning the bridge with me. He literally, like you say, he's just focusing this fucking hatred and this really nasty energy. Like, I just don't understand how you can act like that person's your friend when they've just shown such a
It's
nasty
not
side.
just having fun here at the shit show. Like,
It's just
let's
such
go.
a nasty
It's like a
thing.
ride on a feria, on a carnival. It's like, let's go again to that shit. That's what Ron sometimes and I do. Like,
Yeah.
ride that
Oh
shit
yeah, I
again.
was doing it. Oh, as you know, I was
Terrible
still
ride
doing
and it's
it.
full of shit.
Up until the
Let's do
beginning
it
of this
again.
week, I was still doing it. But I
Because
just
we don't
realized how
align to any
much
parties, It's,
he's
let's
got a
never
dark
go there because
aura. Yeah,
let's
but
let's
some
never
people are just
allow
that
Albert
nasty.
Menendez here because he called all that thing. We don't do that. Victor Vega has like people in his chat and that you wouldn't probably sanction. But this is not what it's about. They're saying real life, dog.
I know, but I still want
What?
to keep. It's not real life, but it's all right to say that when someone isn't like fully obsessing over you constantly, when you're not even in the same country as them. Well, obviously, I'm not in the same country as them because I've moved, but I was not in the
Okay,
same
I
country as
rest
I
my
normally
case.
am.
I rest my case. Why are you worrying about three motherfuckers
I'm not. I'm
right
talking about fucking
1,000
Ricardo.
kilometers from you? Like you could
I'm not
create a new.
worrying.
You were doing it so fine with your videos about the Mount Everest and everything. You're moving on. Keep on moving on. Don't do 2 hour streams about Dean TV.
Yeah,
He's not worth it.
But
the
I'm not doing a 2 hour
karaoke's,
stream
you
about
were killing them
music.
with the songs, CP. You were killing
Alright.
it with the songs. You were just they were
We
just
were
so funny, and you
yeah,
just
yeah.
poking fun at them.
If
That's
we
what
were
we do.
making
That
a
what
sorry.
most of us do. We just poke fun at them, and it just drives them so mad because
What I do, but there's a
we're
massive
not
difference between poking fun at them and not
because we're
feeding
not
into
getting
what
rattled
they.
emotionally by them, and that
No,
just
you guys
drives
were
them mad.
no. Well, okay, well that's what you guys want to interpret. But actually, I was actually looking at it from a different angle, and I wasn't letting them direct the conversation. And unfortunately, that's not what changed. That's not what that got changed. You know what I mean? Until, but it's all right. You guys have already assumed that I was emotionally affected by it, and so that's all there is to it. Because I'm just a woman, and obviously just a crazy cat lady or a
There we
crazy
go
bitch.
again. I'm a woman. Yeah, okay.
Well, no, because that's what it is, isn't it? It's like, oh, see,
It
coming
took you
down
2
then,
hours.
coming down
I'll
evil
respect that it
Wednesday.
took you 2 hours to
No,
use it.
I didn't mean that.
Wow.
Nobody means that. Nobody means that. But yeah, I mean, again, I have to call you out when you were like gonna use the same
Okay,
thing.
mate. Right. I think you've got an inverse curse on me. So you see, this woman thing is an actual practical thing that's happening in this place. It's an actual thing that happens, right? I get focused on and targeted on because I stick out like a sore thumb. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing less to it. Anything else that anyone else puts on that is their own shit, right? And I'm not allowed to even acknowledge that this comes up because it's like, oh, you're using the woman card. Oh, you see, you are bringing up the woman again. I'm not playing the violin. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm not saying that I'm a fucking, yes, I am emotional sometimes and whatever, but we're all our own shit. But like, what I'm saying is like, I can't not acknowledge these things.
We're
Oh
not
yeah,
saying
People
you
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
acknowledge it.
yeah.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying
It's
don't acknowledge
yeah.
it.
telling
We
me
we
that I need to
respect
shut up
you.
and just do karaoke.
Sorry.
You're telling me to shut up and do karaoke. You're telling me
Nobody
to
says shut up
talk
and do
about
karaoke.
stuff
Nobody said shut
and
up.
for 2 hours being TV.
Rondamon was saying
No, I was
you
just
were
pointing
killing
out
it with the karaoke
that
because we were like
you were
you
being
were
very
moving
effective.
on because you talking about Dean TV for 2 hours every fucking day is retarded, and it will just when you change your avatar. We were the happiest persons ever because we cheer for you, CP. You don't understand that. We cheer for fucking you. Okay, so it was like wow, 100% less ass cancer in my fucking eyes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
It
was
was
like
ready for
great,
the right
that's
time.
moving on. But then you have to relapse, and again, it's okay to call him out. We do it all the time.
Okay.
Sorry.
But that's all I mean. But that's all I mean. That nobody's like demeaning you or your cause.
No,
We
not at all.
believe that that Candace is right, that she got something. Darius is guilty as fuck. You can tell him with his comments bragging about the Projected
Oh
situation.
yeah, with
If
him
you want, I
ignoring
can.
the
You
thing.
want to know what Projected is, and we can watch a video.
Yeah, you can put something on. I'm just going to go and make a spliff. So I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, pro Jared. Oh no.
I have it ready. I have it ready.
You thought about everything.
Let's put it in 2 speed.
Hey, Dawson.
Your thing is distorted, but I think that's the reason is on purpose.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Because it's happening probably the same thing that happened with the Fabulosos Cadillacs. So it's like
Oh no
you're
shit,
not
bro.
destroying people's. I have headphones, so it's not destroying people's, but it sounds distorted, like really really distorted, like something is on max. Let's try
It's an
Chinga tu
auto.
madre one more time.
It's an automatic.
Oh, automatic. Okay.
The volume control is an automatic.
Okay, so I'm still rolling, but I want to know what I can talk about then, because if I'm not allowed to talk about Dean, I'm
You're
not
allowed
allowed to talk about
whatever you want. It's your
and we're not allowed to talk about Darius because it's old news. Okay, so can you guys tell me what I'm allowed to talk about?
Oh my God! Nobody has told you anything like that. Like this is your stream. Like, do you think people are going to stop me to say what I want about anybody on my stream? I was about to show the Project scandal to confirm that Darius is proud of this because that's his moment. That's the reason I have my picture. But yeah, that nobody say like, oh CP, you're not allowed to talk about this. You're allowed to talk about the farts you had today. Like whatever you want. Nobody can stop you from saying. We're just saying that we're gonna have different points of view, and this is not
that's fine.
the Herbie Derby saying yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes. Whatever you say, ma'am. It's like, no, we believe in Candace, but we also believe there's some shenanigans going on there because you don't plan it on April 6th and you don't fucking promote your channel 20 times and that kind of shit. Like when you do
that's not going to negate that. Say like, you were saying about Hyatt's ex-girlfriend. If she'd have come on and done a channel and done her thing and she'd have promoted her channel, I would have never said, oh, I'm not going to listen to her because she's promoted her channel. I would not listen to her because she was being coached by Dean and he literally had his hand up her arse.
Okay, so what makes you think that Candace wasn't coached by Dean? Because they clearly planned this. They clearly planned this. Dean had obviously
she wasn't sat on his knee with his hand up her ass.
All my comments were deleted from that bitch's fucking video, okay? Like, and I was defending you in the nicest way, but she cleaned him up because his fucking friend Dean wouldn't be fucking like. And
he'll be controlling people, 100%. We know what he's like. Oh, here he is again. Oh my God, Dean, you obsessed, pathetic piece of shit. Seriously.
He was here.
Yeah.
Oh, put the. Am I a big mod? No. Oh yeah, I am. Sorry. I will put it like.
He's just doing his thing where he spams a million comments trying to get.
Just message delay 6 seconds.
Chinga tu madre!
Now it sounds better, Ron. Now it sounds way better.
Oh, okay.
Now it's not distorted. It was like.
Well, no, I'm fine with it, and I agree. We've all got differences of opinions and things like that. But I do think that we're all allowed to say them, and it doesn't just mean that I'm harping on for 2 hours about Dean. I'm not. I'm just having a conversation with people. It involved various different topics. I do feel like sometimes I get
This motherfucker is Darius Hero, which, by the way, his name was cleared. Okay, his name was cleared out, but he did send pictures to his YouTube fans. Like, long story short, we're not gonna watch everything, but I hope.
You don't know who he is or what I'm talking about him. You will in a minute. You see, Big Jared, he's been a bit of a naughty boy. But firstly, if you're new to this channel, if you subscribe, and then please do. And I might even overtake Jared because it's also 100,000 subscribers in a day. So, anyway, she wasn't really nice here. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm here for you if you need me. He's a nice friend, offering support in a real time of need. Well, I say that. That's all until Heidi. Remember, his wife Heidi, the woman that Heidi comes in. She took to Twitter. I recently learned that my husband pro-Jared.
Oh, that guy's
behind my back for months. I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm just trying to work out what he's saying, but that guy, when he's talking fast, because it's like the new wave young YouTubers, and he's got the winning grin and everything. It's funny.
Oh yeah, I can't watch it anymore. I'm gonna throw up. I tried. But long story short, ProJared sent pictures. It was allegedly a minor. His wife was sleeping with everybody in the Comic-Con conventions. Like with everybody.
Fair enough, I love a cosplayer. Fair enough.
Then they kind of like say, oh, it's an open relationship, but then it wasn't really. And
No,
it's the classic. Like, no,
well, the girl was open, but not the bloke. Or was it the bloke?
What I want to say, the whole ProJared thing is that Darius is proud of his ProJared moment, and that's what made me also sick. Like, I was like, okay, this guy is clearly guilty because he's just like deflecting. Like, yeah, I did send a lot of pics, but not to this woman. No, you probably sent it to this woman. Like 100%, you sent it to this woman. Not to the point that when she say, yesterday I got again another Darius dick pic. Yeah, probably from the snakes. Like from people who has been manipulating you, because you didn't see Dean's interview. I didn't see it. I saw parts. Very like a minute or two.
I'm not even going to give it.
She's also a little crazy, like she's not all out there. She's not all out.
Oh, I'm not taking no one's judgment on that. I'm really not. After what I've seen and the way people have been with me, no way. I'm not having that.
You're also a little crazy. Myself. Oh, you're crazy too.
If I call her crazy, I'll do it on my own fucking judgment. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the
crazy.
Day,
is it bad?
Well, yeah, that's it. You're a weirdo. So am I. Yeah, exactly. We're all weirdos.
I'm fucked in the head. Oh my god. I
mean,
drink
to take
everything.
the cat round shopping on a lead, she's going to be a bit crazy, but like in a good way.
I'm not saying she's wrong. Again, I say this 50 goddamn times on my stream, and I'm saying it again. I'm not defending that creep, Darius Truxton. I don't trust him. He's garbage. He can. I asked Slotham today, is there a Canadian FBI? We can report his laptop or whatever he uses, because
we should report the fact that he's shown absolutely no fucking no, what's the word when you've sad about what you've done? I don't know.
Affidavit.
Remorse. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
An affidavit, at least in here we'll call it.
Yeah, he's had nothing. And this is what I was.
Like do you do your testimony and you swear under perjury that if it's a lie you will go to prison?
Yeah. Well, I was looking forward to some response from him. I didn't expect it to be. Maybe he has got Asperger's. I wouldn't have picked up on that actually. And normally I've got a bit of a radar for that sort of shit, and I wouldn't have picked that up as. I definitely think he's got some issues, but maybe not necessarily Asperger's. But you might be right, because that response is unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, to just brush it off and just act with your 5 followers like everything's normal. Like what Slotham says, like Dave C just turning up like 2 days later, like nothing's changed, like everything's back to normal. Like there's something seriously fucked up about that. That's the worst.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
There is.
He's a fucked up individual. You're right.
Yeah, man. Because like you can imagine like when he's like, it's like that post-nut clarity thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, so he'll like go into his little fucking the Darius version of Nosferatu mode, send his fucking little dick pics and whatever, and then go back to normal. and forget that he ever did it? Do you know what I mean? Is it just like,
But nothing is going back to normal because the cat has been out of the bag, and like everybody knows that Darius is a creep.
exactly.
And the thing has been proven. The guy, that's the sad part, okay? The guy didn't fucking say, no, it's not me, it's all Photoshop. No,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
So,
And
so
that-
and,
and that-
and again, I told you that's what I wanted to show.
That's even better drama, though, isn't it? That's
Because
even better.
he's like kind of proud of this moment. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
when a killer gets caught, they kind of like it, you know, like a serial killer is like they want people to see
point.
their trophies and how many people they killed. Like there's a sort of joy in getting caught.
Yeah,
In that regard, not maybe if you steal a chocolate, you don't want to get caught, but if you do that kind of sexual behavior or like killing behavior, it's like that. It's like people kind of enjoy, like like the BTK killer, right? He wants to make 1,000 books and talk about it, Charles Manson. And they want interviews, and
Yeah, they've all got their reasons, haven't they? Whatever they are.
I agree with you, CP. That's the crazy part. That you're thinking that I'm defending that fucking monster,
No, I know you're not.
but I'm asking the questions because there's a lot of fucking stupid things on that thing, which
But you
has
know, I'm
been
not
also
gonna,
like
I'm not gonna fall for no
probably
witch
paint
hunt
them.
shit, you know.
You're not gonna
I'm
go
not gonna
to
go
water
for that.
to hear that.
But check out Alt Count's statement here.
No, he's
Like that
right.
is a
I
good
mean,
point. That's a very good point. And that I definitely, now you've mentioned it, that is definitely something which sat in my mind, and it just automatically gave it credibility. And I didn't even put it down into words, but that definitely had a lot of weight for me. Was that she made her 3 videos, and yes, she got sucked onto a fucking stream with Dean, but that's just because of Dean's fucking gazumping.
Don't
all
forget
that
to
shit-
subscribe to the BT content.
CP, that's why I came up with that story about my ex, because my ex she's a very beautiful woman, and
Yeah,
she can talk like she can talk. So it would be very easy for her to convince everyone else that I'm a fucking predator if she ever decides to come up with those videos and put me into that light, right?
yeah, but she'd be the one providing the videos, and it'd be
Mhm.
obvious that you were younger,
Mhm.
and it'd be obvious that you
Because I don't
guys
have
were
them.
consenting
She's
up
got
to a
all the
point. I'm
copies.
sure there will have been some of those videos that looked dubious, probably just out of the fun of it. But you know, I'm sure that her bringing those up all those years later, herself personally, would be, and then having some ambiguity regarding consent. That would look
Thank you,
as
man.
bad on her as it would on you. Whereas with Darius, it's all without consent. It's all evidence that it's completely unwarranted and unasked for. His behaviour afterwards has proved that. Candice's behaviour afterwards has proved that. Do you know what I mean? So yes, at first I agree what you're saying. It would definitely throw fucking shit on your name, and it's really hard to get rid of that shit. Don't get me wrong, I totally agree with that. But at the same time, in this sort of place, you know, we've got a community here. We've all known each other for years, and we can fucking, and say it happened in the tribe, for instance, like in the olden days where we're all like sort of policing each other. You've got the elders and, you know, various different people. You know, that would all be seen in context, because they'll be like, well, I know that guy and I know her and they were fine and this all happened and it's all anecdotal. Do you know what I mean? And it'd all come up in context. Whereas now we're also separated from each other. That you can just hide behind the computer screen, like.
Apart from a few people like you and Ron and everything, Darius community, and I'm talking about pandemic years, guys, like pandemic years, 4 years ago, it was filled with weirdos all the time. The Dean TVs, the Donald Reeds, the Albert Menendez, the Ricardo Codis. Like, I didn't even know how Ricardo looked, and I never joined his channel because you weren't able to click on his name and go to the channel unless you have a range, just like now. So it was always filled with a lot of weirdos, Prince of Diapers, whatever you like, Murray.
But they were all normal. They all acted normal. Don't you remember? Like, none of the weirdness came out.
Okay, CB, can I be the devil's advocate again? And it's not fighting you, but it's like creating
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, you praised it. I heard it. I didn't join, but I was listening to you guys. You say that Abel was cool at some point, that he was like cool with you, acting normal. I'm gonna tell you something. Exactly at the time that you were cool with Abel, he was not only doing but bragging about it every 5 minutes. videos about OEB Pete, his kids, his lesion in the back, stuff like that. Like
His brain
they were
injury and
being
all that.
creeps, doxers,
And
and all kinds of
About
things.
Hammy and his kid.
Yeah, well, no
About
one
Hammy and
agrees
his
with
kid.
that.
The reason I banned they both was not only because Evie won him out. That was half of the equation. But he was
Yeah.
pushing me to the point that even Albert Menendez, my producer at that moment, watched the video and say, "Don't
Yeah.
show it, Evil.
A
Don't
lot
show it."
of people
And I was like,
spoke up about
hey Bob,
that.
you're gone. He was a doxer and a monster when he was your friend. Okay, just
Yeah, I know, I agree with that. But the thing was with that, the way I reasoned it out, now whether I don't agree with myself even now, but the way I reasoned it out was just that being in that troll community and those people being public figures, it wasn't good, and a lot of people didn't agree with it, and it definitely made me think about my whole thing about people who lack capacity and people who are being taken advantage of. But the way I saw it with Volp was that those people had already been taken advantage of by Tommy Tallarico, and so for good or bad, it's like it was just a quandary. It was just a question. It was like, now look, they've been thrown to the wolves, and Volp was that wolf or fox or whatever. And that was just that journey of that person of what happens when you go and join a cult and how you get thrown to the wolves afterwards. And so, yeah, it was shit what happened with OB Pete, but it was kind of like, this is what happens in this community. Just like when I say about the shit to do with me, hang on a minute. What was I talking about? Sorry, Dean came and fucking destroyed it. But yeah, the shit with being a woman and all that shit, I expect it. I totally expect it, and that's why when people react and they think I'm like getting emotional about it, it's not. It's like it's just calling it. It's just using the palette that we've got here. You know, you've got weirdos, you've got doxers. I was surprised, like Rad Rob says, I was surprised that Prince of Fallen. I was surprised at Darius. You know, I'm even surprised at some of the extent of Dean. I was surprised at how he did what he did with Rabbit Dude. I was surprised at Carl. And so that's what I mean. It's when things are pushed. It's when standards are pushed in our community. When standards were already quite easygoing and open, and people were quite understanding. As I said before, the legacy of Rick, 100% the legacy of Rick. This is what the Darius voodoo is. He managed to inherit quite a lot of stuff from Rick, and he just couldn't deliver any of it.
And it's the same. Okay, and not that I give a shit, because again, I don't talk or care about these idiots only like on private, because you also have to understand that in private we make fun of them like there's no tomorrow. But they just don't look. Don't call us hypocrites, because it's just don't look like what you're doing now. What you're doing now, okay? Just don't look is like me just making a fucking Tetris video and saying, like, "Oh, okay, can I finish?"
Sorry.
She's already fucking attacking me. Like she's fucking already.
Go on.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought, like you say when Dean was here writing stuff like.
I'm sorry, you were saying about the just don't look.
No.
You were saying about the just don't look, mate.
I don't know. I wanted to read Harold's comment now. Wheelchair werewolf, band or movie? That's a hard one. I call it movie. Can you show that? No. He's trying to make things more fun. Wheelchair werewolf, band or movie? I call it movie. I've been in many bands, and wheelchair doesn't work in bands, man. And there's more fucking Dean,
just because you've signed away, you haven't got a son anymore. All you're doing is leaking your psyche out for everybody else to see. The reason I'm going to ban you is because I'm just not going to help you destroy yourself.
That's awesome.
Idiot. Absolutely. It's like it's got nothing. The thing is, he comes on with literally nothing. I've been away for a week, so I have blatantly got nothing. You've got nothing to give me, nothing on me. But yet you come in and you just throw your own shit. You don't realize
they believe you're an easy target, but if you eventually start moving them on from this, and again, nobody's saying you're not allowed. You're allowed to talk about Candace for the rest of your life if you want, and you're entitled to. You know,
Yeah,
you're
man,
allowed to.
I'm not getting it swept under the carpet.
But you invite me and Ron, we're gonna say some shit, you know.
Yeah, well, that's why I invited you.
Because if you want a just man, like invite other people, and
we
they're
don't
gonna
want
like.
that.
And it's not a bad stream. I'm gonna tell you this. I wish you one day you make one with fish lips and alt account.
Oh my god.
And I like alt account, and I'm good
Yeah.
friends with alt account. But if you do a
I
CBE,
really enjoyed it when Level 1
listen to
came
me,
on.
woman. If you
Sorry.
do a stream with fish lips, which by the way is not a bad name now, he embraced it,
Yeah.
and alt account one, the three of you, like no free chatty like streamy linky. Man, oh man! I mean, you put the link there, but you just for you guys. It's gonna be a home run. You're gonna get like 40 people watching, like at the
Well,
same
it's not
time.
about that. It's about the conversation, isn't it? And getting the information and the.
But for example, I'm not aware of the fish lip situation. I came later to the thing, but I know for a fact because I was a lurker that even during the Radical Rick days, Rondamon with a different name and fish lip had their differences. And,
that's not my circus, not my monkeys. That's Ron's. Ron can deal with.
And I'm not gonna go into that rabbit hole. Okay, I'm just saying that would be a really cool stream. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. I've said to Level 1 though. I did say that although Ron's my co-host, there are things where the situations where we could have like a one-on-one if it was needed. You know, if people wanted it, and if it was needed, if some news came up and we wanted to have a chat about it. But having certain people, not just you, Ron, but certain people knocking about would make it a bit more stunted or stilted.
Yeah, that'll be
cool.
cool.
It out. It's fine, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, to get different points of
Ron's
view.
not
That's
fucking
what
retarded.
I'm all
For
about.
example, okay, you right now you have a panel. Speaking of Level 1, like you Ron Damon is kind of a frenemy.
Oh, here we are.
Like that. I'm indifferent because the dude never did anything to me. And then for all I care, Darius is like also a bigger creep, like in the way he's doing stuff. And for you, you're kind of pro fish lip, so that's kind of a healthy conversation, right? That's all I mean. Like nobody's doing it. We have three voices, like
those guys are
certain topic.
Yeah, when it becomes not healthy is when one of them starts just attacking people out of nowhere and just expects everyone to shut up. That's not.
Well, that's what Darius did. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's what Darius has done.
That's what Level 1 did the other day when we invited him.
Oh, yeah, happened. I didn't see that.
Going at it to each other. You guys gave as good as you give.
I didn't see that shit. Where's my clip?
Oh, what? Did you not see that? That was hilarious.
You got your show, CP. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Rondamon, I expect my clip by tomorrow morning at my desktop.
It should be on CP's live stream from the other day.
Well, you want me to search around? Come on.
I'll search it. I'll do it.
Play games on Discord with my buddies.
I'm kidding, my friend. I'm kidding, my friend. I will never boss you around. You know. It's a joke. It was a joke.
At least I've got a kid, Dean. At least I didn't have to sign my my papers away, and my kid has got no diagnosis. I'll have you know. And anyway, even if he was, that's a genetic thing, and it's not something that I've done to him. I haven't fucked my kid up beyond all fucking recognition like you have, and he's going to turn his back on you if he knows what's good for him. If not, it'll be like Rad Rob said, he'll bang you out when he gets to 18. And I'll be fucking.
Oh yeah, when it's big enough, it's gonna just fuck him up so bad.
And you know what? I've already won. Whatever you think this war is in inverted commas, I've already won because, mate, all I give a shit about is that your kid is not going to think it's all about him. He's not going to think it's his fault because you have made it like that. Because he will just have to look online and he'll see all these people who also see it differently, and that's enough to give him that confidence in himself to help him unpick the shit you've done to him over the next fucking 30, 40 years, you piece of fucking shit. Now I've finished with you.
Tell us how you really feel now, CP.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Cody Bell. Hey,
You want to throw it out, puto? You want to throw it out, puto?
Oh, man, now you're it's working perfectly now.
Oh, nice. Hey, Dawson.
Can I have
Hey, Dawson. Hey, Dawson.
Chinga tu madre!
Can I have Mexican people? Do you have it like?
Pinche mamón.
No,
CP,
okay,
I have something to share with you. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this shit. Okay, present, share screen, please, God, window. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, CP, share this for the list. If you want, if you fancy.
Yes.
Okay, can you even like make it even bigger, like to remove ourselves? Like,
and
there's a way.
that I know that picture.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. This one. Okay. This is one screenshot. Okay, guys. This hasn't been tempered. Tempered at all. I was waiting this for CP stream. I wanted to have a funny moment. Okay. These are 9 Doshing accounts in one single fucking screenshot. 9. Not 7, not 8, but 9. Okay. Doshi Nuvin, the OG dog, right? Signal 66.
Yeah, that's Doshin.
It took the time to find a semi-looking CPE picture from the
A
like.
signal.
That is actually a really good picture. I really
And
like
again,
it.
sometimes
Funny
CPE, forgive me for being too empathic, but sometimes I feel bad for Doshi. Like, he took the time and to find on Google like
That's
some
it.
picture that is kind of like the color of what the picture of Dean has with you, you know. He called it signal. Okay, on Shock
Yeah,
Sonic
like
is
that. It's
dodging.
funny.
So but again,
Signal.
sometimes I feel like I feel bad sometimes for these idiots. It's like, oh, poor dodging. On Shock Sonic is there. Shock Sonic was probably Cyan. On Shock is the parody account. Red Bull is the only real person here. A small, all these accounts, by the way, are, I know that it's
Oh
not.
my
I'm gonna make it up. A
god.
small god,
Yeah,
adults
Dare
only,
Bear.
and body hour, evil Crease, Dare Bear.
Oh my
Again, 2
god.
accounts are 2 comments are Red Bull. Then Yokono. Yokono is so old that Eevee was here when Yokono was around.
Yeah. Small God is quite an old.
And
Dare
Leo
Bear.
Screw, one of the first ones ever at the bottom. Leo Screw.
Yes, bloody hell, he's pulling out all the stops on the
It's 9 dodging out the accounts. I mean, not out.
What the hell?
9 dodging accounts in one screenshot. Okay, this is hilarious. Like, I
What's
can't.
the time between the two? Is he like logging in and out of them, or has he got different?
I don't know. I just got there and saw it, and I had to take a screenshot.
So
I'm
I
pretty
think a
sure.
lot of times he was
CP, I'm pretty sure it was like very fast. Why? Because Ricardo made a goal. He was playing this horror. Not. It's a great soccer game, but he was playing this SNAS soccer game.
So the goalie's going
So he made a goal, and he wanted, like, the friend Doshin wanted to show that there's an audience saying goal, goal, goal.
I don't know
Well,
what he's doing.
I thought he was watching the Champions League.
Champions.
What the fuck,
What,
Doshin?
what did I tell you like a couple of weeks ago, CP, that Ricardo was going to end up streaming to who?
Yeah, you called it. Yeah. Just loading
Doshin
Doshin
and-
out.
And
Yeah.
assaults, yeah.
And I saw what Red Bull put there. It was quite funny. What was it? Ricardo and Doshin and a Carl stream.
Hey, Hyatt's here.
Hey up, Hayat.
Yeah, dude, I'll look for that clip and I'll send it to you, Evil.
Oh, other one.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. It's cool. That's the death zone for you. You know what I mean? It's like I put a zoning thing in the beginning so that people know there are 3 zones if people want to have 3 zones. But normally it's just us lot chatting, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But there is scope for a death zone. There's scope for a space where it can be more curated on either side. And then there's like the tarot at the end, which I do want to do the tarot this week because I wanted to do it last week. I can't believe we didn't do it. But I think there's been so much going off that it's kind of worth doing. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're just chatting shit at the moment, Hayat. We're just.
But CB, I want to say something. Even if you don't dedicate your life about Candace and her crusade, because she won't do it, okay? She just moved on. She's making videos about her cats and cappuccinos. But even if you, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, even if you do that thing,
What thing?
like just like, oh, from now on I'm gonna be the channel that supports Candace and
I'm
everything.
not. What if I said that? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not
It's
letting
not
go.
gonna change anything. No, but listen to me. I don't say it in a bad way. The cat is out of the bag. The whole community knows about what Darius has done, and then people had moved their checkers to the.
Yeah, but my whole point has been that I've
Sorry.
not been. I've not been championing doing this whole thing because that's what these idiots have been doing. Have been oh, here we go. So this, look at you with your spamming. See, I was letting you on, but you have to spam, don't you? You fucking idiot. No, my point is that those guys have all been doing that. You know, I've been the one going, no, look, someone's actually fucking done this. This is a cool story, and someone's actually pulled down this fucking idiot who's been doing this for 15 fucking years. And now I'm just calling a spade, you see, and you still hear it as me wanting to champion for women's rights.
No.
Not
What I mean, what I mean is
what
that.
they're doing. That's
Listen,
the
JB.
cheap ass
No,
shit that
no.
Albert's doing.
What I mean is the thing is out, right? And the whole community, every person, every single person of this 1,000 people tiny community know about what Darius just made. Okay, that's a fact. Nobody's like, oh, this is a new thing. Can you tell me what's about? We all know that, and people made their conclusions. Like less than 1%, like James Campbell and the other idiots are like, no, he is still being framed when he basically confessed already. When he basically confessed, it's like,
I'm
yeah,
still
it's
going to
me.
do an update every week on his fucking responses and
And you
what he's
can do
carrying
it,
out.
but what I mean is that the thing is out of the bag, and people had made their conclusions and moved on to their places, like move their checkers, like, oh, I'm gonna stay out of this place, oh, I'm gonna stay with Darius. You're not gonna change anybody's minds. We all know the dick pic thing.
Yeah,
Okay, we
I'm
all
not
know it.
trying to change anyone's minds. I'm just doing my shit.
It's like
And enjoy it. Enjoy it.
like Dean TV has been pursuing this Candace thing for what? A long time. What is he getting out of this? Is he gonna get a raise from wiping butts? Is his son gonna
he
love
gets
him more?
high,
Is he suddenly gonna be a better father?
No,
No.
he gets his way back into this. No, none of it's
He's still
real.
gonna be a
He
miserable
gets no real
fuck, a
goals.
miserable father,
But
a
his
miserable
goals,
worker, a miserable husband, and
yeah.
he's still gonna be a nobody.
But his
Just
goals
like
are
just like Darius, he's gonna be
in
just a
his
nobody.
head. Yeah,
That's
but
it.
in his head, his goals are all like YouTube.
Yeah, and they've invested all this time into putting Darius into this shit picture, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
so,
yeah, who cares? Guy's fucking 2,000 miles away from me.
yeah,
No.
yeah. But I'm still gonna have a go if anybody got found out for doing 15 years worth of unsolicited dick pics, and then someone finally found out after 10 years.
Yeah,
I would
you
do
should
that
contact her
about
then.
anybody. You know, that's fucking hilarious.
Why don't you contact her and have an interview with her?
Because
Like a
again,
live
like
stream.
Evil says, it's not about that. It's, if she wanted
No.
to talk about it, then fair enough. But I don't think she does. She said a piece, and that's it.
Well,
You
you can
know.
send her a message on her channel.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
if she
she can
wanted to.
contact
But
you.
the thing is, that's not what I'm not about. Trying to hide behind anyone or trying to make anyone's thing my
But I mean, if you look at it, two women in the community talking about it, oh man, that would be so nice.
Well, yeah, but I mean, everyone will say we're using the woman card. Everyone will say that I'm trying to crusade. I'm not. I'm
No,
the
it's
thing.
just to get the point of view, the feminine point of view.
Yeah, my point is just that that's what Albert's doing. Albert actually went on and said, "I want to let everybody know what it's like to be a woman." Like that is unbelievable. Like
Albert, no.
yeah, well, Hyatt, you can come on, but the thing is, you've got Dean harassing the chat, which is, if it wasn't Dean, I would actually uphold that point. But at the same time, it is a contentious time, and we're discussing Darius. So, just fair warning, you'll probably get accused and stuff like that. Which it's fair enough. People are asking like what the difference is between my take on Candice's story and Cassandra's story, and the difference is that because Candice has said it with her own mouth, under her own steam, and yes, fair enough, it got maybe changed later on as she got brought into it, but like Alt Count said, if she was being influenced, she would have made way more out of it than she did. Do you know what I mean? And that's so true. She would have made more videos. She would have definitely been chasing it more. She'd been hanging around with Dean, you know. More.
Yeah, the butt wiper is extremely fucking ticked off right now. He already made 2 uploads as we
He
speak.
is. All right, Hyatt. He
Hey,
is,
Hyatt.
isn't he? I don't know what's up
Hey.
with him. Why
Dean's
did
doing
you
TikTok.
Hmm?
He
Dean
already
doing-
uploaded 2 videos on the Hobos channel as we speak
Really?
about this stream. Yeah, he's extremely ticked off.
Because he's got nothing else. He's waited all week
No,
for me
man.
to turn back
You know
on.
what, CP? Don't play them because he's doing
Yeah,
that. So
he's gonna strike you. Hmm?
he's gonna strike you. That's what he wants.
Oh,
Like,
I wouldn't play any of his shit
and
anyway.
they're
but-
not, as we call them, false copyright strikes, Hyatt, but they're real copyright strikes. Like if you legit put the content, like they have the legal right to take you down, which is a bitch move. I'm not denying that, but yeah, that's not a false copyright. A false copyright strike is what they did to me and other people. Like claim entire streams as theirs, and even if you don't show anything, if it's your voice.
Yeah, but we know he's a bitch. So
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he got me with false copyright strikes as well. Don't worry.
Very boring. Very dull. Bring Lewis on. If Lewis wants to talk, let Lewis come on the chat. Let Lewis come on the panel. Let Albert come on the panel. But not you, Dean. You're boring. Boring as fuck.
Oh, they have to remain loyal to his mat to their.
oh,
master.
dude, you have 14 viewers now. If you bring Dean, it's gonna be like 3 or 4.
Oh no. I'm not buttered.
I left yesterday when I started watching the Louis stream. It was 5 minutes and they were like, bro, and everybody talking like 6 people that, and then
Was it buttered
he
all over
joined
again?
and he destroyed the chat to the point that I was like, okay, I wanted to see a little bit of the shit show, but then I couldn't because I can't stand Dean's voice. Like he's so boring. And,
Oh no, yeah, he's boring and weird.
Oh my god.
Like, hey, Dean, if you want some advice, take Jackison, go to the basketball court, and start playing some ball right now.
you both guys need to lose some fucking weight.
Yeah, just do something productive. You know.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, show him how to play sports, not how to insult Kyuya. Come on, Kyuya has already been insulted too much.
Who is he insulting?
Well, Dean shows his kid how to insult people here, so
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
not-
was
that's-
using his
that's not
kid
good.
on phone calls to Ricardo's personal phone. He used the kid to troll him and everything. It's like, dude, he's just using that kid as a shield, as a fucking shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's insane, man. And that's what I was saying, CP, earlier. You weren't here. I was like,
I'm back.
like,
Yeah,
okay. What about the believing of women? Like, whatever you wrote on those comments, it could be like also part of a relationship, like drama and stuff, personal shit, you know. So I was asking CP if she believed what your girlfriend say about you, and I think she gave me a weird answer. I don't know.
I don't know if I answered it properly, but my point is, I suppose I'll start weird by saying I don't believe in belief. You either know or you don't. So I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded to both sides. I said this to you, Hyatt, at the time. I was like, both stories, both people's stories are valid. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I'm not attached to anything. I've not hitched my wagon to anything because what's the point? What is the point in hitching your wagon to anything? What reason? It's someone else's story. It's someone else's life. Someone else's past that no one else would give a shit about if Karen TV hadn't gone clutching their pearls.
God
and it's
damn, having to live through that
yeah,
fucking nightmare game pissed me the fuck off.
well, but that's the thing though, Hayek. Do you know what I mean? It's like when we're in this troll pit, this is what's going to happen to you. It's 100% going to happen to you if you go in with your name and your photo. Then they're going to fucking get you.
Well, to be honest, I'm going to be backing off of the on my channels. I'm going to be backing off of the drama, but I'll still jump in battles with you guys and reply.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, the drama's changed now. I don't know. It's like gone onto like this other level, and in my opinion, it's like what Evil was saying. Everyone's moved their pieces a bit, and it's a bit like it's gone up another level into like 15 years worth of craziness. And there's not many other channels or any other dramas that are going to hold a torch to that. So it kind of puts things in a bit of an unbalanced place. Or am I seeing it differently?
Wait, so you mean I don't know. There's a few channels that do very well with all the drama stuff, but it's
like, what else can you do? How can you follow that? How can you follow 12 years of fucking, or whatever it is, 10 years? 10 years.
Well, look at some of the bigger content creators. Look at like All Nuts Alex. Like, if you guys have ever seen him, he's been doing that kind of stuff for years. He's sitting at a 50K sub channel and he gets more views than.
What, he's been sending dick pics to people for 15 years?
Yeah, that's pretty big, but that's big for us. Put it that way.
Oh, you mean people covering it? No, I'm not talking about covering it. I'm just talking about like, it's sort of like the experience of it. It's like it's been moved up a level in energy. So like everything else is just like nothing. You know what I mean? Compared to that, like, so I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit.
No, you have the right to have an opinion, CP. Right? That's great. Like again, that's why. No, again, for the fucking 100th time, I'm not denying that Darius is a creep. He's clearly a creep. People say that don't judge people by like I judge people immediately, and they prove me wrong. I see a guy, I say this guy's a creep. Look at his fucking computer. That's Darius Truxton. Like for sure. Prove me wrong. Then yeah, for sure.
That was really
interesting. Even when I started watching Darius and I enjoy his content during the pandemic, like there was like have an Amico day and he was doing like this stuff. Just a crazy guy in a shitty with a shitty camera in a shitty fucking kitchen. And yeah, we were like looking forward. I was
but he inherited
looking forward to something, some content. Like every day, I'm cooked up in this office because you guys are having vacations and I'm an essential worker, so fuck you all. So yeah, that's the reason I started watching like Darius and everything, and at some point I enjoy him. But I was a lurker, and I was occasionally then years later going there, but I was never a fan. I was never Darius Army or anything.
Mm-mm.
Full of idiots or like crazy people. Again, not everybody crazy people. Because when Hammock Man made a video like 2 years ago saying, everybody watching Darius in the comments is a fucking horrible person. And he was like, even Tommy Yamiko and I say, what about Evie? What about Rabbit Dude? What about many people that are there for the fun to have a conversation with the other people?
Yeah, I never had a problem with some of them.
We stood up for those guys, like Tommy will remember this.
Darius was lucky. Darius inherited all those commenters from Rick's, and that is no small thing. That is something which I'll go on about in the future one day, maybe. But then you also got the Amico at that time, and the
CP. Not everybody was from Radical. I like that Radical before.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. It was like a 2-3 pronged attack. So he had Rick's. I know, but it was a massive. It doesn't matter that not everyone was from Rick's.
That's the thing with Albert Menendez. If you let me go back to your boyfriend Albert, the Blue Tent obsession. I'm kidding, okay, but let me go back to Albert was sucking Radical Rick's cock so hard with the whole fucking I remember that
was
like every comment was with he got a response because he put the pancake or I don't know some bullshit like that.
The cupcake, milk of the cupcake.
The cupcake, yeah, so, yeah.
The cupcake, yeah.
And then he mobbed he moves. Albert Menendez moves from God to God. It was Radical Riggs, Suck to Cock. Then it was Darius, a way lesser, and then he moved to Dean.
Mm.
And he's saying like a couple weeks ago, Albert saying, "I don't care what you say about Dean, or even if you're right about him being whatever. I still will vouch for him till the end."
Yeah.
Because he needs that fan club creation.
Yeah.
Even
It's
though
in the
he's good
fantasy
at
world.
Albert is funny enough to be his own thing, but he needs to belong
Hmm.
to create a fan club and an insane fan club around somebody. That's all I
Yeah,
want to
he
do.
needs a master.
He needs a
Mhm.
master. Thank you. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, he needs a leader, somebody to get the leash and just fucking whack him.
Well, it's because Albert doesn't got anything. You're talking about a pedophile, so there's not really anything he could grab onto anything right now.
No, I think I agree with Evil though. I think that he could do it on his own if he didn't, but he can't. It's like catch-22 in it. Like he actually has got. Yeah, he actually has got the brain to do it, and he's a big community builder. He always was, but it's all circumvented and it's all twisted up by his crazy fucked up shit. And Dean's just part of that, or Darius, or having those leaders and all that stuff. It's just all part of the rest of the twisted up shit. Like he's a really good community leader, a community builder, but he just needs it to be a fan club. He can't just make friends with people and have a foundation and then all build something together. He can't do that because he's too busy trying to watch that person and make sure that person's not talking to that person and feed that person to the person above him, so he curries favor with this person so he can keep being the right hand man. And all that energy just gets wasted, where he could actually just be a really good statesman who could be serving his community and being served by it. But that's what, if he wasn't so fucked up, that's what he would be doing in the tribe. I was saying about the tribe earlier, we've all got our roles, and he would be that person. He would be the one of the community, like the Yeo men and stuff like that. He'd be one of those guys. But like, obviously, it's all been fucked up by the world that we live in, and so he's now fucked up, frothing at the mouth, fucking hobo, shouting people's names off the internet.
Rodamon, I thought I was your friend. Why do we need to see Carl's tits, man?
Waka waka.
What did we do? What did we do to you, man? At least put a Wonder Bra, for fuck's sake.
Come on,
you know
we're
why?
wrong at least.
You know why? You guys want to know why?
Mexican people steal and smuggle drugs across the border.
Hold on.
Okay, now I get it. It makes sense now.
That's horrible.
It is horrible, dude.
Play it again, Sam.
Okay. You want to know why, Hyatt? Here you go, Hyatt.
Mexican people steal and smuggle drugs across the border.
Hold on.
Dude, if you put it on high volume, like the highest volume, you can count his fucking brain cells.
The radiation.
What's he
I can
doing
definitely
now?
see that. I can definitely see that.
Is he streaming again? Carl.
Yeah, he made a video about Darius as well. He got in the bandwagon, so
Of
so
course
did
he did.
Hammy. So did Hammy.
He's had nothing to do with the thing is as well. What the fuck has he got to do with Darius? Really?
Because he's a low hanging fruit right now. So
Yeah, he's got nothing. He's had
He's
no
trying to grab
interaction.
onto something so he can get at least some clout.
Yeah, but he has had literally nothing to do with Darius ever, and never really been allowed in there already.
And I realize that the enemy of your enemy is your friend, CB, but Smash JT said like for many years, "Who's Darius Truxton? I don't know who Darius Truxton is." He knew who he was like
yeah.
forever. Since I started watching, and now the Weasel, it was like, and again, I'm not saying Darius is not guilty, but the Weasel Smash JT, who got called out by Ron Demon, shout out to Ron Demon on Slotham's Inferno. Even Slotham was like, "Oh, I don't condone this message, but thank you for the money."
Thank you for the
But
donation.
again,
Yeah.
I respect Slotham because he was like, "I'm gonna read it, but I don't condone it." like shout out to Slotham. You know, that was a very cool fucking stream. But my point is that yeah, like that's the thing. You know the thing. Where are the stairs? No, I'm not Joe Biden. Just like sleepy Joe Biden, guys.
Oh
You
my
get my
god.
point.
Cheers, though, Shane. I'll keep an eye out for
Yeah,
it.
dude. Even Smash AT came to kick the dead horse that Darius
Yeah, I
was now.
loved that. I nearly put him in my video, but I just couldn't be asked to find the clip and do it. But I
With this
really went in
squeaky
the video
voice,
as well.
Darius.
It was
Darius,
definitely part. It was a
Hey,
moment.
Rondamon, it's called having a job. You should try that and get
you
out
should
of
try
the
it. You know
internet.
what? Get out of the kitchen.
He said that today. Get out of the internet. Like, yeah, like Rondamon is like spending all his day on YouTube.
Oh, I think that's
Like,
fantastic. I think Smash should go to Slotham's every week. I think that's fun. I was like, yeah, man, that's awesome. It's great to have that connection because it was like Darius that pulled that apart. And to be fair, everyone's got their own opinion on Smash JT, and I used to vote for him as the world's worst fucking YouTuber every year. Do you remember? I used to make it a point. I used to always vote for him. But still, even saying that though, like, it's fantastic that everyone's kind of getting their fucking justice off Darius, because at the end of the day, if Darius had stood behind anything that he said, and if he could give as good as he got in any way, then I would be able to argue any of his points. But none of them had any reason. They were all based around protecting his fucked up ego and all the rest of the shit that we outlined earlier. And it, you know, when it came to it, and it got delivered back to him, he started crying. So he then took it out on Smashers. You can say what you want about Smash JT, but he, you know, Darius took it out on his ass, made his living out of fucking Smash JT for all that time, and he's acted even more of a bitch than Smash. And even worse, and I even got found out for all this fucking shit on top of it. Can you imagine Smash's face when he fucking saw that video? He would have been laughing.
before I forget, sorry, I'm gonna continue for 30 minutes. The Razzies, let's do something like that. Like instead of remember Darius making the worst YouTuber, you remind me of that. It was a yearly thing, like a roster, not a roster, you know, like a bracket and shit like that. Let's do the Razzies this year, like the opposite of the Oscars, like the worst thing. We can, and we don't have to
like potions awards.
Well,
like Potions Award. Let's do like Potions Award for the worst people. And I already can say we can put like
let's do it.
Other gamer. We can put like obviously Darius is gonna win. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah,
Darius is gonna win, right?
So put some categories.
Hey, can I say something about tragedy just to close the subject?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay. CP, to me, it's my opinion. Okay. Tragedy. Have you watched American football?
Oh, once or twice.
You know when they tackle like the running back or something,
isn't it?
like there's like a pile up and then just the players start jumping. Well, Tragedy is the last one to jump on the pile. He's that fucking weasel that delivers the last blow.
He's been in the fucking hot tub, aren't he, wrinkling up?
Yeah, he's the weasel that jumps at the end because he doesn't want to get hurt.
Yeah, but he did jump in, and that's all right.
Again, it's all right, but we're gonna call it because we know Weasel TV. Weasel TV was saying a couple years ago, "Who's this Darius Truxton that makes videos about me?" Like, no. He knew who he was. He didn't say the videos about me. I just because people were like,
yeah, but he didn't.
He's a liar.
Darius, and then cry as soon as anything got put back at him.
Lies.
Well,
and I'm not defending Darius. I'm just pointing out the weasel that Smash is.
Again, for the 60th fucking time.
I quite like him. I have to say, like, I've always kind of had a soft spot for Smash JT and a love-hate sort of thing.
Like CP, create your own, like Bob would say, like your own YouTube career. But Rondamon and I will say whatever the fuck we want. You know?
Yeah, man, he's a weasel, though. He's totally a weasel. What you're saying is true.
He looks like a weasel. Look at his face.
He looks like a weasel.
It's a cartoon weasel. Like it's a cartoon. Like
let me say something to Smash JT. Smash JT.
Chinga tu madre!
And that's my cue to go, guys. You have an awesome stream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'm probably only going to go a little bit longer on this, and then I'm going to put the
I'll
tarot.
watch you
I'm going
guys.
to do the tarot then.
I'm
So
gonna mute myself. Maybe no, don't go, but yeah.
yeah, stay for the tarot if you want. Yeah, thank you for coming, and thank you for putting your opinion across. And I appreciate a difference of opinion, Evil, and more of that. Do you know what I mean? I think I was having a bit
I
of,
was going to say, did you guys see who's been defending Darius?
oh, go on, do the list of them. I want to know who are the list of defendants. We've got Ricardo.
Well,
We've got what's the other one? James Campbell. I think
Ricardo,
Volpe his own way is
James,
defending him.
Sierra.
Is Sierra still defending him?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Canadian Gamer.
What? Shut up.
He's been showing up in my comments defending him.
Nah.
With an alt account.
It's probably an alt account.
Yep. And like I said, I'm not going to give out the information of how I got that information, but I know it's him.
You know, it's definitely him. That's crazy because you'd think he'd be straight on the try to help drag him down. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means that he's another creep then, because anyone who's defending him has to accept that behaviour.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Remember, Canadian Gamer was the one who calling someone's wife to try to get the wife to divorce the husband. So.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that bit. They're all like that. But the thing is that it's a troll pit, and I would expect that up to a point. But yeah, certain things are a bit shocking sometimes. When people get involved in people's lives and start messing around, sticking wedges in people's families and shit like that, that's when you know you've got a psycho on your fucking tail. Definitely. Yeah. Oh no, an attorney. What's he getting, people? Well, we're only, Dushin, we're only going to be going for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to do the tarot. It's about 3 hours max, but we're on 2:15, so probably just a bit short of 3 hours will do. Yeah, it's been a quiet fallout, but I'd be interested. I'm not going to give it up. I'm going to still be getting updates from. I want to know what Darius has been, even when he's ignoring it. I want to know what sort of ignoring he's doing. I want to know who is still fucking defending him, what their defenses are, and if I see them, I'll challenge them. And you know, that's it. As simple as that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm not. I was on holiday and I missed it all, so I'm not fucking losing out on that. Fuck that. I'll drag that one out as long as I can. I think it's fucking amazing. So yes, I shall get the tarot.
Guys, I gotta go as well. It was nice being on stream. Thank you, CP.
All right,
Thank you, Hyatt, Evil.
No problem.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
You guys have a good night. Good morning.
See you, mate. I'll probably do karaoke on Wednesday, Ron, or maybe.
Oh, cool. Just keep me posted on it. Thank you, CP.
All right, no worries. Yeah, I'll just do the 3-carder. No doubt Dean will probably make about 500 videos because he ain't got nothing else to make content on. Right then. Oh, Sierra. Yeah, well, I didn't know he was still going. I didn't know he was still supporting him. I thought he might have seen the light by now. Because he has, Sierra. Because he has turned on. Yeah, that is news. Is that what stream is that in Evil? Is that like, have we got a timestamp and stuff for that? Because maybe we should start putting shit. Maybe I should start doing a bit of Hero from Heroes type thing and put a wall up, get some string, join it all up together and get loads of files.
What he did?
Hmm?
People saying Darius basically confessed with being proud of the pro character.
Screenshot. Oh, it was on his community. Oh, sweet. Okay, well, maybe we should start putting a portfolio together and do like a little PowerPoint presentation. Maybe that's what I should do every week. I'll just collect up the evidence for the week on this fucking creep, and then yeah, could do that. New water pump, nice, very nice. Right, so Hiya, if you want to say the stop, I'll do past, present, future. The 3 for the community.
Go.
So yeah, so stop for past, and just tell me when.
Go for it.
Okay, past, and then just tell me one more.
Do it.
Mm-hmm. Past. Ace of Chalices. Interesting. Okay. Present is the Knight of Wands. Future is the Moon. So the Ace of Chalices is like innocence, and I think.
Do you need me to look it up?
No, I've got my own book that I do for the reader. But I know it. It's just I like to read the book bit because it's more descriptive for the stream. But it's nourishment, fullness. Oh, so it's not innocent, but she does look very innocent. It's purification, great emotions, feelings that are born and gush out. The first natural act that occurs when one feels an emotion is to offer in this manner. The Ace of Chalices is a gift, the feeling that surges born from nothing and submerged by everything in its simplicity. Often in the older tarots, the Ace of Chalices was linked to the Holy Grail with the faith. This is the Holy Grail. So we had the Holy Grail, which was Darius being brought down in such a way. Simple response to thirst. I am thirsty, well then drink. Nourish yourself, quench your thirst at the source, which is I. Interesting. That's the past.
That was the past. Okay.
Yeah. And then the future, the present is the Knight of Wands, which comes up a lot. There she is. Amongst the highest trees, far from earth, and almost in the kingdom of the heavens, a laughing, confident fae rides a multicolored bird, standing in her stirrups to push her mount even higher. Traveler, adventurer, player, enthusiastic spirits. So a lot of feeling in the Holy Grail in the past, and in the present there's an enthusiastic traveling spirit, which kind of goes along with what Evil was saying earlier about moving on and everything moving on a bit. Not something I'm going to necessarily subscribe to, but that's kind of like the community moving on. And then we've got a trump card for the future, which is the Moon, which is the mystical side of things, if I remember rightly. And it's number 18. Quite close to the end. The Tower was last time. I thought that was very telling. The Moon. Dreams, illusions, intuition, the worlds of the invisible, magic, female power, the hidden side, the receptive side, the soft side, the silent side, quiet, transformation, inconstancy, and capricious. Maybe Candice will come on stream sometime. Maybe she won't. But it's not that. It's the whole female aspect. It's interesting. The moon into the arcana parallel to that of the sun. In remote times, the moon was always connected with magic and female power. When the sun stopped shining and normal men went indoors, priests and sorcerers officiated in secret under the eye of the sky. The moon. Even today, the moon contains infinite mysteries, like a civilization buried under sand. The moon fae is a sorceress, powerful and sure, who moves alone, following only her mistress and her instinct. The essence of the moon is so magical that at times it does not seem to be connected to reality, almost like a mantle of illusion and inconstancy that wraps around its being. In this space, dangerous if one does not have sufficient strength to resist the allure of the night. That's a key point. The most beautiful feelings can be found. The craziest things never seen before, the shame never spoken of. The sweetest and most unreal desires. The real difficulty, as a sorcerer knows, is not to enter this place, but to leave without losing oneself and abandoning oneself to being unsubstantial. Wow. Okay. The moon. The fantasy world. So be careful. There's going to be some weavings, I would say, in the future. Now, that could be a warning to all of us. It could be a warning to me. I would take that as a warning for the future, that there's going to be some weavings going on and there's going to be some untruths. There's going to be some fantastical stuff, but it's going to be fun. It can create good stuff, but that's kind of like the Dean thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like to him it's good. To us it's not, because we're used to a high standard. The legacy of Rick, in my opinion. So it's like, but to him it's, the craziest things, the shame never seen, the things never done, and all this stuff that Dean thinks he's providing the Greek god. Well, actually, it's just a snore fest. But like, that's what he thinks it is, and the price you pay is to become unsubstantial. And that's just one example. I'm not focusing it on Dean, but that is that whole energy and what that does. The smoke and mirrors. So smoke and mirrors are in our future.
Oh.
So there we are. So just be a bit wary this week, I would say. Oh, is he? Oh, for God's sake. Doshin, just leave it out, man.
We're talking about what?
If it wasn't for the week-long obsession, it would have been all funny. But actually, it's ridiculous. Not so much Doshin, because I know he's like that, but Ricardo really did surprise me and went below what I expected him to go on, even for his turning on me and stuff. He went to another level. And then trying to blame me. I was like, why is he going to start blaming me for Darius's fucking dick pics now, is he? Because how much is he going to blame me for everything? I wasn't even fucking here. I was in Wales, mate. He's still at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know you go there as well, you know what I mean, Hayat? So that's why I'm a little bit like wary of people now, because it's just like he just sits there and fucking bitches about me for a fucking week. For nothing.
It's like I don't know if you saw the video I made on Ricardo, but pretty much.
Did you? Oh, I didn't see.
I pretty much said, the one down part about Ricardo is he's two-faced. There's no other way of saying it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
He acts one way in front of you and acts the exact opposite behind you.
He just bullshits. The thing for me with him is that he's a massive smear campaigner, and he's weak, and he's a bully, and he's a bitch. And that's basically it. He's shown it. He's shown it, like Evil says. Like, he went and made all that mileage out of me when it was because Alt Account came on the panel. When I'd first started streaming, he wanted to bring me down. He didn't want me to start streaming because it made him have a lack of control. But then Alt Account's actually been making videos about him, and he's not even responded to them. But yeah, it was all right to rip me to shit and make all these lies up about me and about my mental health and everything. But where's his fucking statement on Alt Account? Where's his response to Alt Account then? Right. I'm listening because he's such a big man and he stands up for himself so much, because I've seen it go on for weeks. So you can tell him that if you want, Doshin. Pass that one on. Yeah, bye, Doshin. Go to Ricardo. Right. On that note, I'll disappear. But thank you for coming. And it's at 2.5 hours.
It is.
So that's pretty good. We've managed to keep it to time because that's what I kind of want it to be at for the crunch. So nice one. Thank you for coming, Hayat. And yeah, Ricardo only attacks women. My theory on that is that he's a bitter old queen, and that's that one. All right. Right. Well, thanks again. Thanks, Evil, for coming on. Thanks, Ron, for coming on, and thanks, Hayat, and thanks everyone in the chat for coming. And I'm sorry I didn't see it for the last bit, but it sounded like maybe it was Cuya going at it. We've had Rob, was it? Who knows? But yeah, I'm glad everyone came, and thank you. We're going to do hopefully karaoke and hopefully the Mount Narcissist again. All right then. Bye.